We got that. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Just making adjustments this morning. How's it going? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here, and it's April the 28th. It's Wednesday, hump day. Welcome one, welcome all. Nice to see you this morning. I've been following a lot of developments this morning in the markets, trying to keep you posted on what's going on. All kinds of stuff going on, and digging up info and trying to keep you up on what's happening. Nice to see you, everybody. Welcome to the show from around the world. I know you are watching me from everywhere. Let me know where you're watching me from. What city and country are you folks catching me live on today? Love to hear from you. It's fantastic that a bunch of you are already here talking to each other and keeping up on what's going on, and just the whole thing. Thank you, everybody, for all of your kind words, messages, and everything else. Lots going on. Trying to stay up on the latest news. The futures at this point for the Dow, with an hour to go before we open, are down 71 points. S&P is just showing a 1-point gain, and NASDAQ showing a 20-point drop at this point in the morning. Lots could change between now and the opening, but that's kind of the indication at the moment. We're looking at crude up 55 cents a barrel to $63.49. There have been, of course, a bunch of economic results have come out. Earnings have come out for some of the companies that we've been following, and more are expected. Today is a big day for earnings because Apple will release their financial results after the bell today, and we're all waiting for that one. The expectation is a major bump in earnings and cash flow and everything else for Apple. Just major. And if it matches anything like we heard from Alphabet, Google last night, expect an unbelievable positive number for Apple. Microsoft, they also released their financials last night. They showed much higher numbers, net profit, gross sales, but their forecasting going forward was disappointing, I guess, as the street was sort of saying. The street, Wall Street, was not happy with Microsoft's probably realistic, expectations of what they were going to do going forward, and they punished the stock. It's unbelievable to me, but it does happen that, like last quarter when Apple had their results come out, their stock went down in value as well. The stock was priced to perfection. To be fair to Microsoft and its shareholders, it has had one heck of a nice run in the last few months. Microsoft shares, just to take a quick peek here on my phone, relate this to you. Where are we here? Microsoft, here we go. Closed at 261.97 last night. And in the last 3 months, you can see here just by this, by my crude holding of a phone in front of your screen, you can just see how the shares were in this range here, down to this level here, which was early March. They were sitting around 227, 261. They went up almost $40 a share since early March. All right, this is the end of April, so in 7 weeks, $40 from 220. That's just about a 20% gain in the stock. Do you think maybe it's priced to perfection at $261 a share? I think so. The high trade so far was 263. At the moment on the pre-market, I know last night they were down as much as about, $9 a share at one point. They were sitting there right now at 255.50, down 647. I think they were down as much as about $250. They're now at $255. This is hardly a disappointment for shareholders of Microsoft, down 2.4% at this moment. And I think that the next several quarters for Microsoft will be just as juicy as the one they just had. The PE ratio was at 39 times earnings. This is likely to be dropped lower. Because again, numbers are rising and bottom line numbers are surging, and I think their stock will go higher. The analysts who are covering it, some of them have started upgrading Microsoft. This morning, I heard and noticed that Wedbush has increased its target price on Microsoft to $310 from $300. Stock at $255. You can see what they're thinking. Over at Mizu, they've upped their target to $285 a share. That's $30 higher than where it's trading right now, up from 270. And JP Morgan is saying 270, which is $15 higher than where we're at, from 245. So the three of the analysts have already come out and have upgraded Microsoft and raised their target prices for Microsoft. And do not be surprised as the day goes on that you're going to see more of this come out from analysts who are going to just say, forget what the stock did last night in the aftermarket. The bottom line here is that this company is firing on all cylinders, and it's likely to go much higher than where it's going up now. Just noticed a little headline: Norwegian Oceania cruises to resume sailing to Scandinavia, Western Europe, starting in August. They're hoping for August, and they're waiting for feedback from the CDC before they know what to do regarding July and in the USA. But so far, the CDC has not responded to Norwegian's request to allow them to start sailing again. I don't know if that's going to happen at all. Other news: we heard last night from Alphabet, or Google, and Google also came out with phenomenal numbers, just phenomenal. They've had a huge growth in profit. The Alphabet shares, let me take a look here right now. They're showing 24.26 on the pre-market. They closed last night on the New York Stock Exchange at, or on NASDAQ, excuse me, at 23.07. So from 23.07 to 24.26 on Google, the $118 run up from yesterday. This was instantaneous last night after the results came out. YouTube making them all kinds of money. Their search engines are making them all kinds of money. They had a dramatic increase in the revenues, gross on the top line and the bottom line. So the stock is at new highs. There is no talk of a split. Nothing is being mentioned. They're going to keep this thing at 24.25 or higher. Whatever the thinking is with these large corporations, why they keep their shares at such high prices, I really don't know. It just is a trend these days. Makes it very difficult for small investors to be able to get into the options market, to be able to write contracts. And I don't know. I don't know what Alphabet's thinking is. Obviously, it's not a key thing for them to have higher numbers of shares outstanding or to have more options trading going on. There are 324 million shares outstanding of Google, which again I find amazing that 324 million shares outstanding. But the market cap $1.5 trillion with the stock trading at such a high price per share. Rather amazing. On the back to the Apple front for a minute, 134.38 down a penny on the pre-market. Everyone is waiting, of course, with great anticipation of this news. The shares outstanding on Apple, 16.7 or 16.8 billion shares. So 380 million shares versus 16 billion shares. I mean, if Google were to do a 10-for-1 split, they would go to 3-something billion shares outstanding. That still would only be 1/5 of the Apple number. But Apple is market capped at $226 trillion. Every time that Apple stock goes up $1 in value, all the shareholders of Apple combined are $16.8 billion richer for every dollar Apple goes up. Just think about that. Oh man, that is something. I love those kind of stats. And keep in mind that Apple, even though they have that many shares outstanding, they've been doing buybacks. They keep doing share buybacks. And they usually pick up 2.5 million shares a day on the open market, which keeps good liquidity, good bid action on the stock. It just shows investors, hey folks, we got your back. You own Apple shares, you own shares in our company. We got your back. Don't worry about that. Alpha raised now to $3,000 target price from $2,500 by Mones Crespi Hart. Another analyst has upped the price on Alphabet to $3,000 a share. I did also notice that Mizu has upped their target to $2,800 from $2,600 on Alphabet. Deutsche Bank $3,050 from $2,600. Oppenheimer $2,510 from $2,350, and JP Morgan $2,875 from 25.75. So the analysts left, right, and center are all upping their target prices on Google Alphabet because of their strong performance. Quite stunning and quite amazing. And as I say, the stock now is 24.25, and these target prices are 2,800, 2,500, 3,000, 2,800. These are $500 upgrades on Google from here, 20% more, and the stock is already up $100 a share. So that's quite dramatic, and showing you the power of these large companies who are really generating some massive amounts of capital right now. They are generating massive money, and there just is no stopping it. I think for Apple, we're going to have a massive gain here, a big number today. But will it translate into a higher stock price immediately over the long haul? My hunch is it'll go higher because the shares are not right now at record highs. Apple shares are not trading at all-time record highs like they were the last quarter when they came out. They were in that 149, 154 range, and the shares went down. I think 145 was a high. 145 was a high, and they went down to the 116 level in a few weeks or something like that. This time around, I think we may see Apple actually go higher on the aftermarket. I don't really sense that the stock is overvalued, overpriced, and vulnerable to a massive downward correction. We'll see. Anyway, 134.38 on Apple. Now, on GameStop, just reading here a few moments ago, some interesting information about GameStop. It's trading at 174.26 on the pre-market. We're on a volume of 26,000 shares, very quiet. But I did notice something kind of interesting. I just did a Google search, just for the heck of it. I would like to know, I was actually trying to find out how many shareholders are there for GameStop. I mean, how many actual shareholders, how many people own GameStop shares? That's the number I'm trying to figure out. If any of you out there can find a way to give me that information, do some digging for me. Let me know how many shareholders actually own GameStop. What I did find actually was how many shareholders, the SEC says, file 13D filings. These are institutional filings that have to be done by all institutional. 512 institutional holders of GameStop. Just think about that. 512. That means pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, index funds, hedge funds, and large investors with 5% or more have to all file. We're talking about 90,770,000 shares that are held, registered with the SEC. That's how many shares we have. That does not include you guys. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How many of you out there hold the stock? I know that on this channel, almost all of you who watch me hold GameStop. I mean, you've been in it, or you've been in it, or you're getting in it from time to time, but you're all following it. And many of you who aren't watching me live obviously own it. But there are 512 institutions that own GameStop shares, and 90,770,000 are represented in that number. So do retail investors hold 50 million shares? That means there's 140 million out there. Do retail investors hold 100 million shares? So that means 190 million are out there. You see what I'm getting at? I'm just trying to find out how many shareholders there are. I don't know how to get that info. If anybody knows or anybody can figure it out, please let me know. That would be a real bit of interesting information I would love to get my hands on, and I'd love to share with you, because this just confirms to me and maybe to many the rest of you just how oversold this stock is and how short this stock really is in just the stock side of things. Forget about the fact that there are a number of options out there that are naked call options written. I'm sure that is another 50 to 100 million shares more if you did all the calculation. That would be absolutely stunning, that number. But Jake, do we have 150 million in retail hands? Maybe Jake is onto something. I don't know. I'm really be curious to know how many shares are out there in the hands of retail investors, how many shares are held, or how many shareholders there are. Because if we figured out that that there were, I don't know, 1 million people held shares of GameStop, or 100,000 held shares, or 50,000, whatever the number is. We can then try to extrapolate some kind of an average amount per retail investor. I have no idea. With these platform trading accounts, platform trading systems where you can buy and sell on your phone, you got to figure that there are tons of people who hold less than 5 shares each, 10 shares each, because you can buy obviously $100 of the GameStop anytime you want. You put $50 into GameStop anytime you want, any amount, right? Gotta wonder, geez, is it over 5 million people that hold GameStop right now? Is it 10 million people that actually own a fractional share or a complete share and more of GameStop, but are not institutional investors? Does that represent 100 million possible shares floating around in the retail environment, plus the 90 million held by the institutions over here? Yeah. And then, of course, there's the declared short positions, which I think are 11 million right now officially, last I saw, 11.1 million. And then there's the failure to deliver stock out there. Who knows? Because remember, 512 institutional investors had to declare their holdings of GameStop because they're long. They own it. But what's not in this 13D filing, and you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it in any filing anywhere. Period. Is how many are actually institutions? How many institutions are short GameStop, and how many does that represent? No one knows, because they don't have to tell us. There's no SEC rule saying you must disclose how many shares you're short, no matter how few they are, no matter how many they are. We do not know, and we cannot find out through any SEC filing exactly how many shares have been shorted, or how many, let's put it this way, how many shares are being carried short by institutional investors and any other investors, period. I mean, just retail investors. There are retail investors short GameStop too. How many are there? How many shares are we talking about? Are we talking about the official 11 million that the New York Stock Exchange says there is? Or is that number substantially higher than that? And is it because there are people who have shorted the stock because they're long contracts that are in the money and they're going to exercise, and that's how they feel they're going to deliver out? Somewhere there's a bunch of stock out there that doesn't exist. And we already know, how can there be 90 million in institutions' hands if there's only 70 million in existence? That's a $20 million difference, 20 million share difference, not dollars, 20 million share difference between 70 million and 90 million, when the New York Stock Exchange said there's only 11 million shorted. So if you take 11 million short plus 70 million outstanding, that's 81 million. Why is this number 90 million? And then where are all the retail investors? If they own 100 million, then we're short 109, 110 million shares. Get the math? 110 million shares short on GameStop, and it's at 174.80. Something's got to give, and sooner or later it's got to give. And this is why I keep coming back to this little tiny comment I make from time to time, where I tell all of you out there, if you share this information with your friends on Reddit, if any of you are posting on Wall Street Bets, and you're posting on GameStop subreddit sites, or wherever you're hanging out talking about GameStop, casual mention just the fact that it appears that there could be over 200 million shares really floating around out there. And if the followers of Wall Street Bets and others just tried to buy 10 shares each of GameStop, a measly investment of $1,700. I mean, at 10 times 174, under $2,000 each, on average, 10 or 20 million of you try to buy 10 shares each. This stock is a $2,500 stock, because there is no way there's enough power and enough money willing to be risked to bet against this stock with that kind of leverage coming in on the buy side. The hedgies out there will just panic to the nth degree to buy their stock back. Anyway, what can I tell you? Did see a couple of positive stories on GameStop in the last 24 hours, and I'm very happy to report that the reports coming out, some of these comments coming out, are very positive in that they're talking about, here we go, Fidelity alone said 10 million new GameStop customers. That's interesting. Sasha, thank you for that. Love your picture, by the way. Oh, you look great. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sasha, and all of you out there for letting me know. the reports coming out right now, some of these articles on blogs and elsewhere are really positive, and they're saying, these guys just raised $551 million. It's the first time they've ever sold stock from their treasury since the pandemic broke out over a year ago. They've not sold any stock, and when they did sell stock, they sold it at 155 to raise $551 million. They have now over 900 million in the bank. A company with 900 million in cash that was rumored to be going bankrupt is a whole different company. I don't care if you like GameStop or not. If you got 900 million cash in your bank account, you've just changed the dynamic of the future of the corporation. And the latest analyst reports that I've seen and commentary from analysts on GameStop, they were all expecting the company to lose money in the first quarter of this year and for the year as a whole coming up. I can tell you that from what I can see right now, just paying off this $217 million loan that they had, which is paid out officially day after tomorrow, so that'll be on Friday. That'll be gone. That's a 10% loan at $217 million. That was $21,700,000 a year in interest. They don't pay anymore. That means that 21.7 million can be booked going forward as not charges against the company, but savings. That's a cost reduction. That's a $21 million a year cost reduction that the company has just instantly put together. They already had the money before they did this $551 million stock offering. They already had the money in the bank. Now they've just officially used it to pay it out, and they've added $551 million to the pot. So they now have over $900 million in cash, no debt to speak of, and they've just reduced their cost by $21 million additional dollars per year for as long as that loan was in effect. That's pretty good. I think that's very good, actually. Well, I don't think it's pretty good. I think it's very good. That represents about 30 cents a share in lower costs. You take 70 million shares, $21 million in cost. That's 33 cents a share less in cost, or 33 cents in potential additional profits for the company per year. Think about it in another way. If the stock was going to trade at the same multiple that Amazon trades at, which I think is 80 times 33 cents a share, PE multiple of 80 times 33 cents a share earnings, just on the savings of interest charges. That's $25 a share, ballpark. I'm just using a very rough number, maybe $26 a share. Book price on the market, just this one move. Whatever else the company does is additional, whatever other money it makes from its operations is additional to that. There are analysts out there who are saying the stock is a $10 stock. They're calling it a $29 stock, a $30 stock to be generous. That's all the analysts are saying out there. $30 stock at best for GameStop. This one move is a $25 to $26, maybe $27 per share market valuation by just paying off the $217 million in cash. Now you add the fact that they have over $900 million in cash on hand, and they are making money. And the question is, how much money are they going to make for the year? If they end up making $70 million in profit, which is about $1 a share. I'm just playing with round numbers here. I'm not saying these are the numbers. I'm just giving you some ideas. So if they do generate $70 million in actual profit, $1 a share, and they trade at 80 times earnings, that's an $80 stock plus the 33 cent earnings boost by paying off this debt. That could bump them to 133 again. That takes it to $105 a share. That's like the basic PE multiple trading range of the company. But e-commerce companies don't trade at those kinds of numbers. They trade at much higher multiples because their upside is limitless with regards to how much product can they run through warehouses around the world rather than through retail stores. And so you got to go, well, okay, if the potential of GameStop is a much faster growth curve than they've had in the past, and it could go much, much higher, and they've reduced their costs all over the place. I mean, they've, as we know, every time they close stores, they reduce their costs of being in business. Their underperforming stores are gone automatically, and then from there they keep coming back. The cost to run out of warehouses is cheaper, so their margins are higher. That means the PE multiple will be higher for this company because they're not going to trade at the same PE multiple as a $1.6 trillion monster company. They're going to trade on a PE multiple much higher than a $1.6 trillion monster company because they can grow, triple, quadruple their earnings every year for the next 5 or 10 years, every single year. So they can compound their performance. Okay, what does that mean? Are they going to trade at 150 times earnings, like maybe double Amazon, or 200 times earnings? Your guess is as good as mine. But if it's 150 times earnings, and they can generate 140 million a year in profit, that's $2 a share roughly. That's a $300 stock. That's just like, basic. And if the year after they think they can generate from $2 a share to $4 a share, and then from $4 a share to say $7 or $8 a share, the year out, you look at a company that could be trading at $8 a share forward earnings. You're not going to be trading at 40, 50 times earnings today. No way. You're going to be trading at hundreds of times earnings today because people are buying the forward earnings. And that's what they did for Amazon for decades. And they're still paying that now for Tesla and for other companies that are on a real growth curve. So if the street continues to come around with the opinion that, gee, this GameStop with $900 million cash, no debt, reduced operating costs left, right, and center, this little company could maybe they can make $5 a share profit next year. If they can generate $5 a share profit next year and they trade at 200 times earnings, that's $1,000 a share. If they trade at 100 times earnings, that's $500 a share. They trade at 80 times multiple, which is equal only to Amazon. That's $400 a share. Or is that $200 a share? Yeah, 80 times 5. It's $400 a share. Excuse me, it's 400. Your stock is 174.52. That's where you're at right now. And the company is reducing its costs dramatically, and they are boosting their margins. Wall Street hasn't yet gone that far with the projections of this company. They haven't gone that far yet. That is where I think they're going, though. And the new CEO will be, I hope, cross my fingers, the one to deliver this message and sell it. Cohen will be the one to also reaffirm and sell that message starting June the 9th when he's chairman of the board. And so the countdown is on. We're April the 28th. 2 days to go in this month, 31 in May. It's 33 days plus 9. 42 days from now, it's all different. Cohen is the chairman of the board. CEO should be well installed already. We're waiting for that at any time. And I don't think these shares are going to be around here. I just don't think so. We're going to get the first quarter financials released as well. And I'm quite looking forward to those and excited about their projections going forward because we have not heard them yet. We have not heard projections. That's another thing to look for. And that then changes the narrative with respect to, what are the bloggers going to say in a month from now about this company, in 6 weeks from now about the future of this company? And are they going to talk about the fact that, this company should at least trade at the same price that Chewy trades at on a comparable basis? Well, that puts your stock at 450, kids. You're at 174. That puts you at 450 a share if you equal right now Chewy, just equal Chewy right now. But if you show a growth curve, an opportunity to the investors of a much higher price, oh my gosh, we are into some real fun here. Ivan Prunier, thank you for this donation, €5. I think some estimations have been done with polls and complicated math on Superstonk and give 27.35 million just for this sub Superstonk comments. How many followers are following? How many people are following Superstonk? 27 to 35 million follow that link. Wow. If those investors there each tried to buy 5 shares of GameStop each, that's 175 million potential buying power into the stock. That's what is that? $800 each. I mean, we're not talking about this stock does not need thousands of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to each buy 10,000 shares to move this market. With only 70 million in existence officially, 90 million held by institutions, 100 million held by small investors. There's already 200 million out there. Another 40, 50, 60 million shares of interest, buying interest coming into this stock. It's all over. There's just no way that these shares are under 300 a share. There's just no way. I tell you, I don't know. We'll see what's going on here. Folks, we're watching it all. We'll see what's going on. There's a lot of difference of opinion as to how many there are. If that's true, Tony says it's not true. Supersonic has 235,000 members, not millions. Whatever it is, it is. If you're right, you're right. I do believe, though, that through the Wall Street Bets and the Reddit crowd, just that crowd and all the other chat sites out there, there's got to be over 20 million that are following this story constantly. And I suspect there are hundreds of millions of people around the world who follow this entire story constantly. Yeah, it would not take much. Ivan, Ivan, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Whatever you come up with, we're always curious to know. And right or wrong, I don't care. Just do whatever due diligence you can for us. Like I said, folks, if any of you out there have a suspicion or can tell me how many shareholders does this company actually have, can anyone tell me? I'd love to know. I have no idea how many shares are held by the retail community. I'd love to know how many there are, how many retail investors really are there, or just total investors. If we knew that there were 350,000 actual investors, and we took or let's say we knew there were 10,500 investors, we could take 500 off the top for the institutions. That means there are 10,000 others, but I don't think it's 10,000 others. I really don't think so. I think we've really got a whole bunch of other shareholders on top of that, and it could be in the millions. Unbelievable. Anyway, the ladies love Bruce. Oh, fantastic. We love that. When I was a young boy in Bulgaria, Olivia says, I can confirm the ladies love Bruce. And Olivia, I love you. Thank you so much, all of you. Appreciate it. Have not received my proxy from Fidelity. I noticed that the proxies are viewable through the SEC, through all the filings. You can easily see that. That's where I've already read the proxy just on the SEC filings. And all you have to do is a Google search. You can just do a proxy, GameStop proxy SEC filing, 2011 or 2021, and it should pop up pretty quick. You should be able to get the result and then be able to see it. Welcome Ivan to the channel. Everyone's welcoming Ivan in here. Guys, we're thinking. I would think there are millions of shares being held by folks across Reddit, Twitter, and here we're definitely in the millions. I think so, Maja, that there are a ton of you guys. We'll see what's going on. Thank you, everybody, for your comments and thoughts. We are at 174.44 on GameStop right now in the pre-markets. Only 46,000 traded this morning. There's been no official news from the company as of today. We are awaiting, of course, CEO updates. The Dow is down 64 points at the moment on the pre-market. We have 27 minutes to go, and the S&P is up 1 point. The NASDAQ down 23. So at this point, the market is not really tipping its hand as to what is going to happen. AMC, story on AMC has come out, however, and I want to talk about that right now. Those of you who are fans of AMC, I'm going to tell you the way it is. I'm going to tell you what I hear and what I see. You determine what it means. For those of you who are long AMC or you're still under on AMC, I just want to let you know there's news out on the stock today on the company. They have apparently it has come out that again, media reports are suggesting that the company is about to issue and consider strongly to sell 43 million shares from its treasury for additional cash. My brain says, well, if they get $10 a share for it, then maybe they can get $430 million. Fair enough. But they have said so far that they are going to sell 43 million, or it looks like they're going to sell 43 million shares, but they are not going to seek approval from their shareholders to issue 500 million more shares, or to potentially issue 500 million more. So they're going to hold off on that, and they're going to just issue 43 million shares for quick cash. 400 something million they'll get, maybe 450. They can get $11 a share. They'll get obviously $480 million less fees. But that maxes them out. I think they can't. I don't think they can go any further than that with regards to how many shares they can issue. And so it tells me that the company is going to raise about $400 to $420 million in cash shortly, and that I'm gathering will be enough for the company's needs at this point in time to not have to seek more. And they do not plan to go to the annual meeting to seek approval to issue another 500 million shares. That's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm getting this info. What I have also noticed, however, is they did report preliminary financial results for their quarter ended March 31. They've talked about that they're expecting to lose in this particular quarter $567 million on upwards of 567 to 572 actually on revenues of about $148 million. A year ago, they lost a whole lot more than that. Analysts were expecting losses of 514 million, 515 million. That's going to be 560 to 570. And sales they thought could be as good as 158, but will only be at 148 million. So the revenues are going to be $10 million lighter than analysts expected. Gross revenues, net losses, actual losses are also going to be worse by about $50 million worse than thought. They have raised over $2 million so far, $2 billion in the last year through debt offerings and share sales. And they've also now revealed that in the first quarter, as of March 31, they were operating 585 out of the 590 theaters based in the United States, and that they were running at 15% to 60% occupancy for those theaters. So they are still way under half if you take the average. Not looking good. Out of the international theaters, 97 out of 354 are operating as of March 31, not even a third. This is that's not good. Occupancy 25 to 50%. So if we got generous and gave them a 40% occupancy on 97 theaters, guys, that's like running 40 theaters out of 350 at maximum capacity. And the rest are empty. That is not good. Again, the U.S. market, just to clarify, 15% to 60% occupancy level. If we use 40% as an average, and 585 are running, that's almost all of them. That really means about 250 theaters are full, and 240 are empty. And so they are running very light, if they're running at all. And this is assuming, of course, that with these occupancy levels that they've got, that they're full up, that they're running it at maximum allowable capacity. I don't think they are. And so the numbers are not looking good for AMC on the top line, definitely not on the bottom line. And so they are bleeding right now at 500 plus million a year. They are losing 40, 45 million a month in cash out the door. And so issuing stock right now for 400, 420 million, $440 million is a pretty darn good idea to help stave off this cash loss and try to maintain as big a balance as possible in the bank account of cash. And so that's the AMC news right now. The shares of AMC this morning were under a tiny bit of pressure. I'll just see if I can get the quote up here for us. Just bear with me here as my computer wants to take its sweet time and give me the quote. Let's see, AMC 11.18 right now in the pre-market with 21 minutes to go, down 28 cents, but 1.1 million traded in the pre-market already on AMC, and that is onerous, not looking good. They did touch 11.13 or so, even 11.02 this morning. They've already touched 11.02. I got a vibe here. I got a feeling that they're going to be under $11 here when we open up the market. Unfortunately, that's the gut feeling I got. Anyway, there's the latest on AMC. Make up your own minds what you want to do. They are definitely facing some headwinds here, and obviously the hope that everybody has for not only AMC, but for business in general, as everyone is hoping that business will be wide open for everyone, full capacity for everybody allowable, healthy enough for us to go. The CDC yesterday announced that you do want to go outside. You don't have to wear a mask if you're just going for a walk or a hike. But if you're going to be in a crowded situation in a movie theater or at a concert or a gathering, wherever you're going, please wear a mask indoors. Even outdoors, if you're having a family gathering, family picnic, everyone should be wearing masks. And for AMC theaters, that means mask wearing will be will be either mandatory or highly recommended, depending on what state you're in, what city you're in. And it could still be that certain jurisdictions where AMC operates may insist that the theaters remain 15 to 60% only on the occupancy side. And that's not good for business. Komodosh, thank you for this donation. Great chatting on Sunday, Bruce. My Fidelity rep said that on average they open 10,000 new accounts a day. 2 weeks following the Robinhood shenanigans in January, they opened in excess of 500,000 new accounts a day. And you got to wonder how many of those accounts were trading GameStop, how many were trading AMC, how many were trading Bed Bath & Beyond, how many were trading BlackBerry. All the meme stocks that got suspended or halted or got messed with, how many folks have shifted out of Fidelity over to Fidelity from Robinhood? I've got to think that a huge number of these people are GameStoppers, and you got to wonder: are we talking about an army of investors right now in GameStop that number over 10,000? I would think for AMC it would easily be that high. I would think that AMC would have a huge number of shareholders because they've trading millions, tens of millions shares every day. You got to wonder. 1.2 million on the pre-market now on AMC, down to 11.16, down 30 cents on the morning, unfortunately, for AMC, as it is becoming apparent that they are going to issue 43 million additional shares of the company. That will put the stock at about outstanding stock, 475 million approximately outstanding, and it was 107 million, I think, 2 years ago. And so this is a huge dilution, from then to now. This is an additional 10% dilution now, approximately, of the company shareholders. And you either do it or you die. I mean, there's no if or ands about it, because they have interest charges they have to meet every month or every quarter. Whether they're selling movie tickets or not, they've got rent to pay, and their cash drain is dramatic. I mean, it's just a dramatic cash drain here. And this 43 million will only last them another month. I mean, this is a month of bleeding. It's all this is. Well, no, I should clarify that. I am wrong. It's 10 months. So 440 million, if they could bring that much in, cross their fingers, 10 months of life at the bleed rate that they have. They need to generate more than $140 million in revenue in 3 months. That's not enough. You can see how this company is absolutely dying to open up its theaters to full capacity. They're dying for Hollywood to give them their blockbuster releases. They're praying for the May 24th weekend coming up. They're hoping for the summer season in June and July to kick in. But what we don't know, and what we're wondering about, is what is going to happen in the United States now that we are pretty well have been told, and we're now hearing in the news in the last 24 hours, that it is possible that in the country of India, 500 million people are infected with the virus. 500 million people in India are rumored to be infected. They can't tell us exactly, because every remote village, every city, it's impossible to have that many observers over 1.1 billion people. But the worry is the unofficial count, and the health organizations are just going, do not be surprised if that's actually the case right now, that half the country has been infected by this Indian variant, which just spreads like wildfire because of the concentration of people in villages and cities throughout India. And they've been worried that they were at 200 million infected 2 months ago. They were worried that they were at 300 or 400 million infected a few weeks ago. They're now worried that they're up to 500 million. And of course, they're asking, is it inevitable that 700 or 800 million of the 1.1 billion will be ultimately infected with this virus? And the death counts are surging in India, and flights are being cut off from all countries as best they can, as quick as they can, but it's too late. The genie was out of the bottle 2 months ago. This variant has spread globally already. It's in Canada, it's in the US, it's in the UK, it's in Europe, it's in South America, it's everywhere, because the world and India coexist and travel and do a lot of business together. And I worry about the case counts that could surge, potentially surge in certain countries. Now, in the US, thank goodness, a third of all Americans apparently, or a third of all adults, have had 2 doses now, 2 shots of the virus already in the USA, which is phenomenal. It's fantastic. Over 60-something% have had at least 1 shot. Canada, we're behind you, and we're feeling it because the numbers in Canada are surging out of control. I've got my first shot. Jen has hers. We can't wait for our second, but we're being told 4 months to wait for our second shot. That's how behind we are, where the U.S. is just surging and leading the world, which is expected by the world, and I'm glad to see it. So with AMC, the hope we have is that the variant does not become a factor in the USA, and that for AMC, they can keep their theaters open, and hopefully in the US, things are okay. The AMC will have a higher occupancy level, and Hollywood will make releases, and AMC will generate money. But the fear is that if it stays the way it is, and it doesn't improve for AMC on an occupancy level, and Hollywood still is tentatively releasing films, AMC will continue to bleed a lot of money, and the stock, as I'm speaking to you right now, it's $10.99 a share. It just broke 11 here. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, there's the story on AMC as I know it this morning. And I hate to bring you the bad news, but it is what it is, and I can't change it. I can't make it go away. So sorry. There you have it. That's the deal. What's going on? I don't know. Sorry, folks. I'm just looking at comments going through here. I hope I'm not making anybody angry with this news regarding AMC, but you cannot ignore reality, and the reality is the stock's under pressure. They need to raise cash. I don't know about this holding off on not selling more stock or offering more stock. If they can pull off debt refinancings instead, more power to them. But companies like to have the flexibility to issue paper if they need to, even if they want to issue maybe convertible bonds, bonds convertible into stock at some point in time. You need to have the authorization to be able to issue stock if you're even going to issue a convertible bond. So you tie yourself off additional share releases. Then you're tying one hand behind your back on how to survive. But I know that they do not want to upset their shareholders. But upsetting him is one thing, and having the company survive is another. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens. 12 minutes till the opening, folks. The Dow is down 60 points. S&P is up 2. NASDAQ down 19. Spotify stock tumbles in the pre-market amid signs subscriber growth is slowing. Headline just breaking across right now. This, of course, is an indicator of things to look out for as we get into the reopening of the economy. If we can do that, if the economy is going to reopen, certain companies might find that their growth rates are going to slow down because as people get out, they do other stuff. And Peloton is a company to watch. You unlock all of those, Gen Y and Gen Z folks who are on these exercise machines, and they can now go to their favorite gym again, or they can ride a bike outdoors if they want to in the fresh air. You're going to find that companies like that, and this one here, Spotify, and others might have, as we've seen already, Netflix already top out on their subscriber counts and not deliver the numbers that people were wondering about. We're going to have to see how this all plays out. We'll watch it. What can I tell you? Movie watchers are buffs too. That's why Netflix is so chill. Let's see. Capital Change is saying, hey, wow, hold up. Don't go off selling AMC just yet, apes. with all these all this coming moves, we will still have some 30 million shares to squeeze. I'll tell you, folks, you add 40 plus million shares to the free float. Those who are short this stock can borrow it until the cows come home. There are now almost a 500 million shares of AMC to be borrowed by shorters, and then there's the games on top of that. The pressure on shorters has just been reduced if this company issues another 43 million shares. I hate to tell you the bad news. GameStop has 70 million outstanding. AMC is about to have 473 million outstanding. That's a 7 to 1 ratio. So there's 6.5 more shares available per share on AMC than GameStop. That's a ton of stock. But hey, what can I tell you? I'm just sorry to see it. And like I said, I'm hoping that a lot of you have had an opportunity to you notice that your accounts are a lot better off with the AMC at the $11, $12 mark. I just don't know how long it's going to last there. And I don't know if it can go higher. I don't know how well received the stock offering will be. I'm hoping, cross my fingers, the entire 43 million share offering will be just a bought deal, that a brokerage firm will just take the entire deal at $11 a share. It's done. It's over. Let's move on. It won't affect the market at all. But psychologically, there's got to be a bunch of folks out there who are looking at this going, wow, these guys are issuing a ton of paper to survive, and they're bleeding money left, right, and center. These were just preliminary first quarter reports that I've told you about, where they're losing, they're going to write off or going to have losses of in excess of 500 million for the quarter. That's a $2 billion a year loss trajectory for AMC. $2 billion a year. Think about that. I guess I'm right. I keep kind of thinking to myself, yeah, wait a minute, Bruce. If they're going to lose $2 billion a year and they're only raising 440 million, that's 20% of the amount they need. I mean, these guys are in big trouble. Oh boy, man, oh man, it's not good. It's just not good. I'm sorry. It's just not good. Anyway, there you have it. What can I tell you? Some folks are fighting with each other here in the comment section. Sorry. What can I do? I'm just trying to give it to you as straight as I can. And it's just, sometimes it's just not happy news, and that's just the way it goes, guys. It's just the way it is. Alrighty, 173.20 on GameStop with 8 minutes to go, down 457. As we await the opening of the market here. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. It's a crazy morning, as there's a ton of stuff that I'm watching here simultaneously. Apple will be the big release today for the street. That should be phenomenal. It should be absolutely phenomenal numbers. We'll just see how the market takes the number and how it's going to go. Let's see. Here we go. Heather, thanks for your honesty. I love having the information so I can look at all angles, make my own decision. It's what you deserve. You folks deserve to know what's being, I'm just quoting the company. I'm just telling you what the company said today. You have to at least hear that, and you have to at least understand what the company is saying for you to determine, well, what's my situation now? What am I going to do about this? If the shares are going to go back to $5-6 a share, do you get out now and buy them back? If you're a long-term fan of AMC and you feel there's a turnaround in the future, do you feel they're going to go from 11 now to or 12 now to 20? Or do you feel that they're going to go from this 11, 12 range to 5 or 6 and then come back to 11, 12, ultimately to 20 or higher? You have to decide for yourselves. What can I tell you? I just don't know. All right. Thank you all for your kind words, your support. I love this. Look, give me the facts as they come. Don't worry about the offending anyone. Please, please facts. We need facts, not baby wipes. So there you go. Okay. Alrighty. What else is going on? Thumbs up for Bruce. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, vaping, you can make it. This is a good question. This is a very good question. If there's another U.S. lockdown, AMC goes bust because they don't have the capital to survive another one. I can tell you from where I sit, every Republican governor will refuse to shut down their state if at all possible. They'll be the last ones to do it. The governors that will shut down first will be the ones who are overrun with their hospitals, overrun with their ICUs, running out of body bags, whatever the problem, whatever the scenario. If it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. They will then shut down, and they will shut it all off. And that will be New York. That will be California. That will be the Northeast. That will be other states along the Pacific coast. And you just take a third of the country away from AMC, just a third of it. And you take something like from 585 theaters and bring it down by 200 to 385 theaters. And those are allowed to run at half capacity. You're talking about 190 theaters that are allowed to be running at, equivalent of 190 full capacity theaters out of 600. This company will lose millions. I mean, just millions of dollars. They have got to run as many theaters as possible at as high a capacity as possible, because that is their new business plan. Unfortunately, with the debt they're carrying and the charges they're running into, they have got to have access to all of their theaters. And Hollywood has to absolutely flood AMC and Regal and all the other theaters with releases. And I with shutdowns, I don't know. But at the moment, there are no new shutdowns, nothing new. But we're looking outside the U.S. going, well, what's it like elsewhere? And could that come here? Could that come to North America? Well, we've already been hit in Canada by the Indian virus, the variant, the UK variant, the Brazilian variant is here. They're all here. They're all in the U.S. too. It's just that we don't know the really gory details of how bad is it, where is it. We're just looking at gross numbers and wondering, has America passed the point of being badly affected, even with new variants, because of the number of vaccine shots that have been done? With the president yesterday almost begging Americans, please get your shot. How obvious do you want it? I mean, the president's saying, get your shots. It's your chance. This is your chance to avoid this catastrophic nightmare. And if you believe in America and the economy and the recovery of the economy and the sustainability of the economy and not getting re-shut down, this is your chance. It's free to get it. I mean, in Canada, we would kill to have that kind of opportunity. If they announced right now, we could go downtown to our local drugstore and get the shot. I mean, Jen and I, right after this show, would be down there to get our shot, but they're not. We have to wait 4 more months, and we're just hoping that it's sooner than that. So I'll tell you, there are people in the U.S. that don't know how good they have it, but on the AMC side, I tell you, it's kind of tough. If you haven't liquidated AMC positions and put it into GameStop, you are a special kind of something. Literally months of the writing being on the wall become the catalyst you want to see. Mitchell, question though: if the same hedge funds that are short GameStop are also short AMC, they'd get margin called there too, right? They would if the stock went up on them. If AMC shares went up, they'd get called. But these guys have enough money for the AMC to go to $50 a share. They can cover that. It's not a big deal because they don't have as many dollars on the line with AMC as they do with GameStop. GameStop is $172 short stock right now, where AMC is an $11 short stock. And so they've got the money to more than handle. They're not short as many billions of dollars into GameStop, into AMC as they are into GameStop. That's how I find it. Sort of figured the difference with many of us is that we know it's not a personal or emotional thing on your part. You just tell us, you interpret this based on your experience. We know this. Thank you, everybody. The majority of you know it. The minority of you know it and hate it. Majority of you know it and accept it. The minority of you know it and hate it. And a small minority of you are violent about it. You're really upset when I mention this. And I don't want to offend, but I can't not lie to you. And I'm not going to sugarcoat what's happening. I mean, there's stuff going on here. And the company released a news report today. Like it was AMC telling us how they're doing. It's not me telling you how they're doing. It's me telling you what AMC is telling you what they're doing. And yet I get the blame because I am the messenger. And there you go. 10.96 on AMC right now, down 50 cents on the pre-market on 1.48 million volume, unfortunately. We're a minute to go to start trading, and it does not look good for AMC to start the morning. That's what I got to tell you. Call me a liar, but I'm telling you what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing is not very pretty right now. And so there you have it, guys. We're about to start trading here into the last minutes. I'm showing the Dow down 59 points at the last of the pre-market. S&P up 2 points. NASDAQ down 25. That's an improvement there. Oil up 73 cents. So we're getting ready to start trading here on the open markets as the bells are going to go, and we're going to see what happens here. Yep, the bells are ringing, they're clapping, and they're happy, and we're trading. AMC 1072, 1078 a share, just getting slammed down 70 cents to start the morning. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not dropping this market. The market is dropping this market. That is what it is doing, folks. And there is no escaping this situation right now. GameStop starting the morning at 177 a share. I find that hard to believe, but it's what I'm showing right now. That can't be accurate. We're gonna get an accurate up count on that. Yeah, there we go. 171 on GameStop. There's no way it's 177 right now. No way, Jose. Yeah, 171.43 on GameStop. Down $6 on the morning so far. 158,000 traded. That was kind of what it was doing in the pre-market. It was in this 172, 173 range. 172.20 on GameStop right now. Down 527. All right, we are up and running over at Microvision. Up $1.83 to $21.99. This one here, as you folks know, they were as high as $30 in the pre-market yesterday morning, and they have given up a whole bunch of ground. They got under 20, and they're now at 21.76. Volume right now, 12 million to start the morning on Microvision. Over at Fifth Wall, 1062. Coinbase, 301. GameStop now 172.29. AMC, 1092, down 55 cents. Opening volume of AMC, 3.7 million on AMC. Vector Acquisition, unchanged. NavSite, unchanged. IPOE, Social Capital, is down 21 cents to 17.19. Gores Holdings down 6 cents to 13.70. Over on VGAC, up 3 cents to 10.01. Starboard Value, SVAC, unchanged. Fortress Value, up 2 cents to $10. Vanek Vectors down $2 to $249. Home Depot up 68 cents. IBM up 43 cents. The Dow down 111 on the morning right now, from what I can tell you, as we continue to get updates as quick as we can. Down 99 on the Dow, up 4 on S&P, down 13 on NASDAQ. We have Microsoft down 592, and there's a big chunk of the Dow dip right there, down 592 to 256.05 for Microsoft. Opening trades of 3.7 million in the first 2+ minutes. 255.50 the low of the day for Microsoft. I don't think this is a serious sell-off here. I don't think this is going to last very long. I think there's a lot of short-term traders who are going to blow out and get out, and then they'll be replaced by long-term holders who are buying this thing up, and this is going over 300 a share before the year is out. You heard it here first. Microsoft will break 300 this year. Will they even announce a stock split by the end of the year? You never know. Apple up 22 cents to 134.67, up 28 cents right now. The earnings come out tonight. Tesla 699.42. We may have seen the bottom here. It touched 695. It was a little lower than that in the pre-market. That might be it for the Tesla down dip. It is not severe, massive panic selling. It's just a little, disappointment and a little concern, but I don't think this will be down here very much longer. Tesla will likely rally from this range. Bed Bath & Beyond down 49 cents to 25.90. BlackBerry down 13 cents to 9.16. Over on the cruise ship side, Royal Caribbean down 29 cents to 87.34. Norwegian is up 2 cents, and Carnival's up 11 cents. Slight gains over there. A mixed market, let's just call it, all right? Back to the stocks we're following the most. Microvision right now up 291, having a bit of a gain at 23.07, trying a rally. On GameStop, 171.11, down $6.66. AMC at 11.04 came back, still down 42 cents. Opening and low trade of the day, actually 10.65 on 5 million shares. A real rough opening for AMC as the first quarter financial numbers are becoming known, the estimates, and the analysts are not going to be happy with the company missing on the top and bottom line quite substantially. and now the company having to issue more stock. The appeasement to not issue another 500 million shares potentially is just not helping the stock all that much right now. It's just apparent. But as I speak, 11.16 a share on AMC is still down 30, but it's better than 10.65 from this morning. We'll see what kind of a rally it gives us. Again, I know a lot of you have AMC and GameStop. You follow me, you follow it, and there are a lot of you very passionate about AMC, but we cannot sugarcoat the numbers. They are grim, and that's what I'm showing. That's what I'm showing. Anyway, there it is. Comment, I'm a nurse in the UK and I've seen more deaths than anything, and these people die alone and a lot of time, and it's heartbreaking. We've heard this so many times in the States as well. It's really unfortunate, and it is heartbreaking. It just is. Wally, he had to change jobs 6 months to go to clinic in Egan, but now he's back on weekends. Okay, I don't know what this means. People are talking to each other. Let's see. I'll take Uncle Bruce for the win. Okay. What else is going on? Looks like people are buying the GameStop fire sale. GameStop right now, $172.95, down $4.82 a share. GameStop has traded 422,000 shares. Very little trading so far this morning. Low of 169 this morning, just after the opening. And even that, it was only like an $8 drop, and it's now 172.75 at this moment. Now 173, picking back up a little bit here on GameStop. 173 on GameStop, down 477. AMC, 1126, down 19. That's the best price of the day now. 1132 for a moment. Trying to come back to even. Can it? I don't know. We're watching. We'll just see what's going on. Anyway, Richie is saying, everyone here that works in the hospital, all I can say is God bless your soul and spirit. These folks who are frontliners, the heroes of heroes. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I have not needed a frontliner for any treatment. I did visit a nurse at the hospital for my shot, and these folks in there are heroes. Absolute. They deserve all the kudos we can give them. They're underpaid. I'll tell you right now, for putting their lives on the line, they're underpaid. How many people they run into, how many people they service, how many people they have to help that have COVID, and yet they don't get it because they're protected. Oh my gosh, it's a job I would not want. AMC, 1133, happy to report it's only down 13 cents. Will it keep coming? We'll watch this. AMC down 13 cents now to 1133, 1137. It's down 9 cents. Go AMC. GameStop 172.70, 172.08 right now. Where else are we at here? Let's see. AMC recovering fast. Let's hope it continues. IPO will fluctuate. Do not fret with a 1 or 2% move on IPO. That's nothing. Oh man, Dominic says, I did some more in-depth research into the problems India's having. It's crazy. It's so sad. It is ugly. And let's see. Yeah, my mom is a head nurse. It's been insanity at the hospitals in Northern California. Really tragic. Let's see. No empathy until it hits home. I know what you mean there. I love how they're essential, but not enough to pay a living wage. Here, Kuo, my frontline friends say COVID is a miserable disease to catch. Science has shown that the degree vitamin D in the system impacts severely. AMC down 14 cents to 11.32. It got to 11.39. Right now, back at 11.32 on 6.7 million volumes so far in the morning. GameStop 171.89, down 5.88 at the moment. All right. Let's see here. I've been watching every day, and I really appreciate the effort you make. Gregory, thank you, all of you who are, you're behind me. I appreciate it. I know you're there. Unfortunately, I will get a bunch of comments today of hate because people are they just don't want to hear something they don't want to hear. They just they're going to react because they just don't want to hear what they don't want to hear. It is what it is, and what can I say? Ona, my son had COVID. He still has that COVID cough. What is going on here? Yeah, India now burying people in mass graves. A new variant spread shockingly fast. This is terrible. It's just terrible. Let's see. FAII partner, ATI Physical CEO, to do a TV interview today at 11:15. Could be good. That would be good. Let's go. Yeah, my entire family got it. We all survived. No hospital drugs or vax required. I was asymptomatic. Dennis, you're one of the lucky ones. There's no question about it. I'm happy you survived it. I'm happy your family survived it, because it is not a common story. That is great news. AMC 11.26 down 20 cents, dropping again. GameStop 170.78. If they slam GameStop down to 149.99, I'll get me some. Let's see. And Casey, I've been watching since January, and I have to say my bagel intake puts on my waistline, Uncle Bruce. You got to go for walks. What can I say? The more you commit to telling the truth, the more people you'll upset, says Thomas. Let's see. I'm not sure what this means. I don't know what that means. So we're going to keep going. I all love Bruce. You've been real since day one. Thank you, guys. Not easy. It's not easy being me. Oh, bagel heads are here for the truth. Let's see. Let's go. I just trying to keep up with your comments, everybody. Thank you so much for these, as I'm trying to stay relevant here. If I skip your comment, it's nothing personal. I'm just trying to keep on topic. A lot of people are talking to each other, and I'm desperately trying to keep up with the comments as they're coming through, because there's so many wonderful members here of this channel. I've limited the comments only to members or folks who are sending us super chats, and try to keep the trolls away if at all possible. And again, I'm just one guy doing the best I can, keeping up with everybody. And I want you to understand what's happening in the markets. And in the markets, the Dow is down 106 points. S&P is up 2 points. NASDAQ down 46. NASDAQ is down because probably Microsoft is down. The Dow is probably off only because, or likely because, Microsoft and a few other issues are off. But I think there was talk that Boeing was having a rough time of it too. Let's just take a look here for what we can here, as best as I can do this. The gainers right now on the Dow, as far as I can best tell you, are Visa at 2%, Chevron at 2%, JP Morgan is up about 0.9%, Dow Incorporated, the chemical company, is up a little bit, and 3M. On the bottom end, we have Amgen down 6.2%, Boeing down 2.9%, Microsoft up 2.6%, Nike down 1%, Disney down 0.5%. Those are your most your movers as far as ups and downs go. Most active on the Dow would be General Electric at 149 million. No, this is not. Oh, most active stocks, not Dow, but large companies. We're talking NIO at 69 million, Apple at 66 million traded, Snap at 65 million, AMD at 61. That's what we have so far. Trying to stay on top of these activities here. NASDAQ movers. On the upside, Alphabet, Google, A and B, both up 4.5%. Mondelez up 4.3%. Advanced Micro up 2%. Xilinx up 1.9%. On the downside, it's Amgen, Texas Instruments, Cirrus, XM Holdings, Automatic Data, and Illumina. They are all down from 3.5% up to 6% each at this point in time. That's what we're showing right now on those markets. The Dow down 128. S&P up 0.5 point, NASDAQ down 35, oil up 80 cents, and the 10-year note at 1.63% at this point in time. That's what we have happening. Tesla apparently is now sitting on $2.5 billion of Bitcoin, apparently. And Boeing did post their 6th consecutive quarterly loss. They're hoping for a turning point later this year. That is the latest out of Boeing right now. YouTube, apparently it's a media juggernaut that could soon equal Netflix in revenue. And you know why that is? That's because of you folks watching me. This channel here came out of nowhere back in January, and you helped get this channel going. And I thank all of you. And that's just making YouTube all kinds of money. And they're showing all kinds of ads on my videos, and they're all happy. A couple of things I want to quickly mention on my channel. I've been trying to figure out with my editor what we're doing with regards to how we handle this the videos on this channel. And a lot of you have asked me, Bruce, could you kindly somehow break your daily shows into smaller segments so I can just listen maybe for 30 minutes at a time, and then I can do my running around and listen to another 30-minute segment. And because I don't get to watch you live, not every day. I wish I could, but I can't. Others say to me, I just don't want to watch 3 hours every night when I come home, or can you give me something a little smaller? And so we've started to put together 30-minute segments of both shows for the first like hour and a half of this show, and the second show about an hour. So bear with me as we figure out how to do what we're doing to try to appease as many of you as you can. I don't want to upset any of you, but some of you are upset because you're going, oh, you're just loading up all kinds of videos. I don't know what to do. If you happen to see part 1, part 2, part 3 coming up, it's the show you've already seen here. It's just this show cut up into smaller segments. So you don't have to watch me twice. I don't mind if you watch me twice in a row, but you don't need to do that. So if you're here live, you're enjoying what we're doing, you're participating with the chat, I love you. Thank you. Keep coming in here, and let's hang out and have some fun. Those of you who are watching on the rerun, you can watch the show all 3 hours if you have the time in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, or you can watch segments, part 1, part 2, part 3 in the morning, or part 1 and part 2 in the afternoon. Up to you. And so I'm doing all I can to make it as easy to absorb this YouTuber's content. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up on all the segments. Whenever you watch them, give them a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to this channel. And I appreciate that very much. All right. And those of you who are here, welcome one and all to this morning's show. I'm glad you've made it. It's a terrific idea, Bruce. These smaller videos, none of us will be mad about that. Bruce, don't worry about the thumbs downs. You can't save them all, but we're here for you on the next show. Don't stop, can't stop. I know you won't. Thanks to you and Jen. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate all of that. All right. Have an all market show. Gorillas, we're holding the same. I literally sat glued to my laptop all day. Hedge funds are having fun with GameStop. We're at 168.28 right now, down 940. I was expecting an attack yesterday. It didn't happen, and I was wondering why not. GameStop is finally getting a bit of an attack here. 168.01 for the low, 168.91 right now, but only 800,000 traded. There is, even on an attack, it's light. So I know there are buyers waiting in the wings to grab this stuff. And so I don't know. I like what you're doing so far, Bruce. Thank you. Pick home. Let's see. The weekdays means chilling with Bruce. The weekends have lost their luster. Let's see, Olivia. That's one of the reasons I started watching Bell to Bell. Let's see. I want a daily Jen highlight reel. Oh my gosh. Bill, my position is different. Can't work. I'm in bed. I can watch all day, but other people have actual lives, work, family, children, chores. So changing makes sense. Fabulous guys. I'm glad you understand. It's not like I'm trying to flood my channel with a bunch of videos for the heck of it. I'm just trying to make my content as accessible to as many people as possible for the situation they're in. And those of you who are viewers of mine, you're savvy enough to know that if you see Bruce reloading his show, part 1, part 2, part 3, you know you don't have to watch it because you've already watched me live. I get it. But those of you who are, you miss a show or you miss a part of my show, at least the opening hour of the day or the opening hour and a half. Well, here's the opening hour and a half of the day for you, and enjoy. And I thank you. All righty. Let's go. Let's see. Jane Doe, we love you, Uncle Bruce and Andy Jen. You and all my family. Here's what keeps me coming back. Thank you, guys. I'm waiting in the wings. Thumbs ups, folks, for Bruce. Bruce makes me even eat bagels. Before that channel, I had problems to eat bread at least twice a week. Let's see. I do kind of like it now when occasionally the non-members get to post for about 15 minutes before Bruce realizes members only mode is off. They usually say nice things. I don't think the mode is off. The mode should be on right now, isn't it? I think it's on. Pretty sure the only comments I see are your comments, subscribers. Should be already. Yeah, I quit my job in January, so it was the perfect time to only consume Bruce content for 3 straight months. Laugh out loud, says Olivia. Oh man, the smaller videos are so well put together. It's hard to scrub through a 3-hour video. It's a great review too. I need you guys to hit that, smash that thumbs up button for Bruce. During the weekend, you should offer a brief week wrap up for the past week. Bill, that is something I've talked about and thought about and schemed about, but I got to tell you, I'm so exhausted at the end of the week. And then on weekends, I'm doing one-on-one sessions. I just don't have, I literally don't have time, wake up time to do it. I'm just desperately trying to rest up for Monday. It is such a chore. But down the road, stand by. There's changes always going to happen. Adjustments will always be made. And hang in there with me, folks. We I'm going to keep trying to make this channel as good as it can possibly be for you and for me, that it works for all of us. AMC right now, by the way, 11.16 a share, 11.14 now, down 32 cents. It did get up to 11.39, so it got to within 7 cents of breaking even. 9.5 million traded, but right now it's 11.14 a share, down 32 cents a share. The low of the day, 10.65 on AMC. Right now, 11.14 on AMC. GameStop, 169.40, had hit a low of 168.01. So the stock has come back about $1.39 a share. Volume on GameStop is 898,000. There is no issue here. There is no panic wave of selling coming to town. Nothing whatsoever like that. So that's what we're seeing right now. Thank you, all of you, for being here. All right, I'm a simple man. I see Bruce live. I click it. Exactly, says Olivia. I was worried you'd get a heart attack going 7-8 hours a day. I was kind of worried about you. Can we have bedtimes with Bruce where you read me to sleep? You're really part of my morning and afternoon. Thanks for those videos. Your pre-market talks are always the best, and I missed yesterday morning. Watched both videos last night. Love you, Bruce. Thank you, Mitchell. I can say this gives you folks a little flexibility to kind of catch up with me half an hour at a time if you want. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm trying to do. Bruce, cartoons for the kids. Turn on the no Tony mode, Bruce. Can you start doing promotional plugs of products like the old Bob Braun 500 Club early TV broadcasting days? That'd be hilarious. Shaving cream, beer, bagels. Maybe I could get like Timex to sponsor me, and I could get a Timex watch, put it on the blade of an outboard motor, and then sink the outboard motor into a big tank of water, turn it on, and then run the motor for a while, and then shut it off and pull it out, and then hold the watch up to the TV, and it's still ticking. Maybe I could do that like in the 50s. Do you ever see those commercials? Those are fantastic. Those are live television commercials as well. If something went wrong, it went wrong on national television live. The old outboard motor into a glass tank that they would have, 150, 200 gallons of water. I don't know how many it would be. And they turn the darn thing on, and it just spins the water all over the place. And they pull it up. The watch is still on the blade of the darn thing. TV, man, golden age of television, I'll tell you. Smart woman, says Maja. Lahu Productions, thank you for this 50 Swedish kroner donation. I think it's a Swedish kroner. Love you, Bruce. Keep up the good work. Thank you for these donations. You are definitely in first place today as the largest donation of the day. I thank you so much. Alrighty, we have got GameStop 168.53. We've got AMC at 11.14, down 31 cents. The Dow right now down 137.91. We've got S&P up 6.9. Nasdaq up 0.5 point. Nasdaq has completely gone from negative to positive. It's nice to see. Not much, but it has come back. Let's see what's going on here. The only comment you have is to keep being yourself. The only commitment you have is to keep being yourself, transparent. That's what brought us here, keeps us here. Thumbs, everybody. Thank you. Looking forward, not backward. Yes, we're doing what we can. Let's see. Except when it comes to Timex commercials, I look back at those and go, wow. Oh man, did Tony put you up to this, Bruce? I don't want to be an essential worker anymore. We like Bruce and Jen. Thank you, all of you guys. Let's go. It would be interesting. I think it would be interesting to see just how and why Bruce is following. I actually found him and started watching. Bruce, you're so thoughtful about constantly improving your channel to serve the audience. Much appreciated. Thank you. Geritol, live ads on Geritol. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And live cigarette ads in the 50s. Live celebrities smoking in front of a camera, live, national television, 7 o'clock prime time, 8 o'clock prime time, the kids, everybody in front of the TV, these cool guys smoking and telling you how refreshing it was. Wow. Yeah, unbelievable. GameStop to the moon so we can boost cruise with Bruce. Oh, my God. My buddy Ollie used to post long multi-stock TGA videos. He cut his videos into individual segments recently. His subs were all happy with it. I wait a bit until we have lower problems with COVID, and only for 4 hours a day. That's enough thanks to other businesses like stocks or web shop. I found Bruce in January during the squeeze, and I got hooked, as observed myself. Uncle Bruce reading trashy romance novels to us. Bama Babe, Wall Street Bet. Someone posted his link, and the rest is history. Paper hands need to sell so we can go back up. Bruce is just so engaging, drops little nuggets of fire knowledge. If you believe in AMC, then just buy the new shares. I posted it on Wall Street Bets, laughing out loud. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. When GameStop has a real squeeze, does anyone think that we will see Uncle Bruce smoking some weed like that famous meme of Elon Musk? You're never going to see me doing that. I don't partake. I'm not a partaker of these things. Sorry, kids. What can I say? I really researched many stocks, YouTubers back in December. Bruce is one of my favorites. Let's see. What else have we got? Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Do you still do postcards? I haven't. We did a postcard program back in January. There's another one in the works where we're kind of scheming another one. So just stand by. We'll see what we can come up with something. And we'll let you know. Alrighty. AMC is no longer diluting. They took it off the table. Way to go. Let's see. I wish GameStop would do a 10-for-1 split today. Don't we all? I'm eating my bagel. Worldwide mortality rate from COVID is whatever it is. Let's see. Spam bedtime with Bruce. Rock on. Yes, there we go. I'm listening behind the real time, but if you haven't corrected already, Bruce, the estimate for Superstonk was 25 to 30 million shares, not members. We did talk about that a bit earlier, and I appreciate you clarifying it again. GameStop, 168.20 down 9.57 a share, the low of 167.80. We're just at the low here, just about there, 168.06. Trying to take another shot at it. Only 1 million shares traded. We'll see what kind of buy support comes in here around 165 or so, if it even gets that low. I don't know if it'll get that low. 168.24 right now. AMC right now is 11.06, down 40 cents, unfortunately. The stock is traded 10,400,000 shares, 11.06, down 40 cents, and it is coming off. We've got everything else in red except for VGAC up 4 cents to 10.02. Fortress Value up 2 cents to $10. Apparently, the president of the company or the president of the physiotherapy company that's going to be taken over by Fortress is going public on a TV interview, which I'm surprised to hear about. We'll see. 168.50 on GameStop was coming on again. GameStop is 168.55. By the way, Microvision up $1.72 to 21.88. Got as high as 23.54. $1.70 higher, but it's given up half of that now. Still up $1.70, so it's hanging in there. 37 million traded on that Microvision. There's articles coming out on it that do not look good. It's kind of telling you stocks are a bit overpriced here. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. You have a nicely shaped cranium, Bruce. Thanks for your content. I wish I could have seen those cigarette ads. Oh, you see them on YouTube. You can see them on YouTube. Cigarette advertising on TV from the 50s. 1950s commercials for cigarettes. Oh, they're everywhere. It's unbelievable. I think you can do a search like live television cigarette ads or something like that. You might find some. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Well, I contributed to it with what I could just to get a donation war going today. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Bruce, AMD had huge earnings numbers yesterday. That's four quarters in a row. Shorts are hammering them. Any thoughts why the hate? This I don't know. I honestly don't know why. Fred Flintstone was sponsored by cigarettes. He did cartoon smoking commercials. It was weird. It was weird. Talk about selling out. Unbelievable. If you really want to know, yeah, crazy times. I searched Uncle Bruce because someone on Reddit linked one of his videos. Only took one video back in late March, and I was subbed. Not just cigarette ads. Everyone smoked in movies and TV. It's true. Going to change my on-screen name to Gerald Tall. I think even Lucy and Desi Arnaz promoted cigarettes I'm not sure about in the show, but commercials. They did commercials. I'm pretty sure they did smoking commercials. Godlike Bruce, good morning. Did you hear about the financier who jumped to his death on Monday? Chief Investment Officer at International Value Advisors. I have not heard about it. It's too bad. Booze Cruise. Oh my God, my wife says I'm out of control when. Bruce, I only found you because I heard people complaining about you. That usually happens when people cannot handle facts. Thanks to them, I found you, so haters actually helped me find you. Oh, that's Richie. That's great. Cigarette companies used to leave free packs on machines and video game arcades too. Good for you, Bruce. If you could smoke a bagel, we're talking. Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble sitting behind the rock house, smoking Winston's. What was pounded inside my head as a kid. Oh yeah, and candy cigarettes. I remember those. Dominic, yeah, nice. Thanks, Bruce. Looking forward to it. I have never traded individually. What hootenanny. Bruceception postcard on your Reddit seems a swell idea. We are waiting for DTC rules to come into effect. Nothing will happen before that. Walter Borpa, thank you, Walter, for this donation. You could try some weed in your bagel. Well, thank you for the suggestion, but it's not going to happen. Cool, thanks. Up to speed with you now. Oops, I had not traded individual stocks before this year. Just boring 401k and IRA. I bought more. IPO merger seems to be May 24 now, apparently. We'll see what's going on. Let's see. Let's go here. I put an order in for 700 GameStop, and even though the price went under my limit by $1, only one share traded so far. Liquidity, I don't understand. I can't answer that, Brent. No idea for you. This I can't help you. 168.18 on the stock right now for GameStop. AMC 1108 down 38 cents. So AMC is threatening to go under 11 again. Let's see. What else is going on here? Looking for comments that I can relate to you on that are not personal between people, which is okay. I don't mind you talking to each other. This is great. It's just becoming a great community here. I put in a limit order for today for GameStop as it goes $10 below today's high, about 164. Sitting there looking for a buy. Yeah, in the 80s we had Camel and Marlboro TV ads. The Marlboro Man, hot till you smell his breath and clothing. I'm not sure if the Marlboro Man actually in real life, the guy who played him, actually died of cancer. I'm not 100% sure on that. Unbelievable. Crazy. Thanks for the road entertainment. As always, Uncle Bruce, got to go make some money now. Thank you, buddy. Stock market with Bruce. I wish you would comment on some of the Reddit due diligence. Would be interesting to hear your view. If I only had time to read it, there's so much to absorb, and there's so much to react to. I'm trying to react to live markets as it's happening, and the reaction I have is the Dow is down 166 points right now. What can I say? We're looking here at. Let me take a look at some of the Dow movers. What is going on with the Dow? The down dip on the Dow is coming from Amgen, down 7.7%. Boeing down 3.3%. Microsoft is off 2.8% today. Follow through from last night's trading. Nike down 0.7 or 0.8. Intel down 0.6%. Visa is up 2% on the Dow. Salesforce is up 1.5%. Chevron up 1.1%. 3M is up 0.9%. American Express is up 0.59. Those are the big movers on the Dow. Over on the S&P, we are talking about winners, 6% gainers. Google and APA Corp is up 4.6. Capital One is up 4.6, and Devon Energy is up 4.2 today. On the losing side, on the S&P 500, we have Enphase Energy down 13%, F5 Networks down 9%, Amgen down 7%, Discovery down 5.4%, and Hartford Financial down 4.8%. Those are the big movers. On NASDAQ, the winners, Google up almost 6%, Mondelez up 3.9%, Pinduoduo up 2.8%, Facebook up 2.1%. Losers, Amgen again 7.8%, Texas Instruments down 4%, Automatic Data down 4%, Cyrus XM Holdings down 3.9%, Starbucks down 3.4% on the NASDAQ. That's what we have right now on the market movers as far as good and bad is what we're showing at the moment in time. We got Dow down 144, S&P up 5.7, NASDAQ down half a point, oil up 86 cents a barrel, and the 10-year note 1.629%, not helping the Dow, and might go up against some FANG stocks. We'll see how that plays itself out. Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome everybody to Traveling with Bruce, or Stock Markets with Bruce, and Uncle Bruce. All of it. Thank you. Welcome to everything that I do. We have 945 thumbs ups this morning. Appreciate that very much. Keep those thumbs ups coming in if you can. Welcome all of you to the show. We have 82 on the downside because AMC is not having a good day. It is at $11.10. The AMC shares are under pressure at $11.10 now, down 36 cents. GameStop 167 also under pressure. They are at 166.18, the low of the day, 167.28 right now. There are viewers of mine who are happy because they are getting stock. They are trying to buy on the dip, and they're getting some. 1.24 million traded only, however, in the first 36 minutes. So we are not doing the volume that we've been doing the last couple of days. It's very quiet. So there's a bit of selling coming in, but it is not being followed by a lot of selling at all. And 166.18 was the low. 167.01 right now on GameStop. 166.60, we just jumped again. We might be hitting a new low here. We're down 11.17. 166.60 on GameStop. Last trade, watching that closely to see if there's an attack coming in here. 166.29 and 27, 166.12. It is definitely coming in. A bit of a wave coming in on the sell side to attack at 166 on GameStop. There should be support at 165, but we'll see how much. We'll see how much selling comes in on it. AMC 11.13 a share, and it's traded 11.1 million so far today. That's what we have on that market. The Dow still at the low of the day, down about 155 points. S&P up 8, NASDAQ up 23. So the two markets are up. The Dow is down, and it's Amgen. Amgen is the culprit today to really hit the Dow. And to add pain to the Dow, Microsoft is off a couple of percentage points for the day. Will that last long on Microsoft? I do not know. The Microsoft sell-off might not last very long. It's at 254.59 right now, down 7.38 a share, 2.8%. It got as low as 253.10. So already Microsoft has come back up $2.40 from its low of the day. So it was down $10, but it's now down 7.46, 7.50 or so on Microsoft. We'll see how that goes. We'll wait. Of course, GameStop 167.30, down 10.47. Had reached 166.03, couldn't get under 166. Too much buying support there. A lot of bargain hunters sitting at the 166 level, 166.01, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all buying up whatever these guys want to give them. Volume now on GameStop has reached 1.3 million shares, and we're now at 167.23. That's $1.20, 167.54, $1.40 higher. $1.50 higher than the low just about a minute and a half ago. The stock has just jumped $1.50, $1.60 a share. 167.63 now, climbing even higher. So bargain hunters are chasing whatever stock is out there. The wave of selling came in and dried out, and now another wave might be coming in. 166.82. Buyers and sellers are having a war here on GameStop. AMC 11.18 a share, 11.16 a share, down 30 cents, unfortunately. Microvision up $2, 2.16, 22.32, a little better than a few minutes ago. Might be approaching a higher level. The high of the day for Microvision, 23.54, So it is still about $1.15, $1 something like that away, $1.15 away from the high of the day on Microvision. Volume, a nice healthy 43 million shares. A lot of speculators are day trading Microvision like crazy, just like crazy. Alrighty. The headline: Tesla discloses notice from the EPA alleging non-compliance with the Clean Air Act of 1963. That's interesting. How can Tesla be not complying with the Clean Air Act of 1963? This is a new one. I tell you, this is not easy.
That was easy.
It's not easy. How can that be? They disclosed they've received a notice from the Environmental Protection Agency. They failed to provide records demonstrating compliance with the Clean Air Act. They said it is related to the Act's surface coating of automobiles and light-duty trucks. This has responded to all information requests from the EPA and refutes the allegations. The company said, while the outcome of this matter cannot be determined at this time, it is not currently expected to have a material adverse effect on our business. They said that Tesla said the EPA was reviewing compliance of its Fremont factory with requirements under the Clean Air Act. The stock shed 15% in the past 3 months, while the S&P gained 10. Kind of a weird comment, a weird headline, isn't it? I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. Microsoft 254.28 now, down 769. GameStop is at 167.57. 167.75, and it had reached 166.03. So it's $1.73 higher than the low of the day in the last about 10 minutes or so. GameStop volume is now showing 1.37 million shares, extremely light compared to yesterday. Not much to get excited about or worry about there. Interesting stuff. Okay, we'll continue to watch this. Soaring U.S. trade deficit in goods hits record high, but there's a silver lining, says the headline. Let's take this out. No, can't read it. They're not giving me access to it, so we can't watch that. Sorry, tried. We'll stay on top of these. GameStop, 167.75 right now, down $10 on the day so far. People are trying to get this at 166, 165 or lower. And there's been a little coming in, but not as much as wanted because it's bounced up from the low. The Dow down 152, S&P up 7.8, NASDAQ up 14 points right now. Where else are we at? AMC 11.17 down 29 cents. On the SPAC front, Vector Acquisitions down 6 cents. NavSite down a nickel. Social Capital IPOE down 14 cents. Gores Holdings down 29 cents to 13.47. Shares were actually lower this morning. They were at 13.29, got it to 13.70, now 13.47, down 29 cents. Virgin Group, VGAC, up a nickel to 10.03. Starboard down 4 cents. Fortress Value up 7 cents. FAII now 10.05, a little better today. Vectors, Vanek Vectors down 2.31. Home Depot up 91 cents. IBM up a quarter to 142.26. Dow down 146. Microsoft off 7.86. It was down 10, now down 7.86. Apple up 35 cents. The earnings come out tonight. Tesla is up now 89 cents on the day. Tesla has completely turned around from this morning's loss. It was as low as 6.93 and is now 7.04. And it did hit 7.08, so it actually gained $15 from the low at one point already. So Tesla has turned it around at this moment in time at 7.05, and that is helping the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and both of those indices are positive. S&P is up 7.5 points, NASDAQ up 13. Bed Bath & Beyond is now down only 29 cents. BlackBerry's up 31 to 960. He's having a good week. BlackBerry kind of went from the let's see here, the 867 mark last week. Now 960, up at almost $1 from the lows. Nice to see that. Elsewhere, cruise stocks are now all negative. JP Morgan up 77 cents. Costco down to $1.27. Amazon up $41 a share to $34.59. Cisco up a penny. Nvidia up $3.65. Disney down 27 cents to 184. Facebook up 5.69 to 309. Let's take a look here. Google up $125 a share, 24.32. for Google, having a good run, beautiful numbers yesterday coming out from that company. Netflix down 34 cents to 505. Snowflake up 95 cents to 239. DraftKings down 55 cents to 58.58. Intel down 20 cents to 57.77. Micron down 266 to 86.80. Some bargains on the chip making front, but the market just it's ignoring that at the moment. Interesting. Where are we at now? GameStop 167.35 down 10.42. AMC at 11.25 down 21 cents. If you have not heard the word on the street, announcements coming out this morning about AMC. They have announced that they are writing. They're writing 100. What is the number here? 585 theaters in the U.S. are open for GameStop out of 590. So only 5 theaters are closed in the United States for AMC. Unfortunately, their occupancy levels, 15 to 60% is all they're allowed to operate at for occupancy in the U.S. Internationally, AMC is not doing that well. They've got 97 theaters open out of 354. And that is bad news. They are also restricted to 25 to 50% capacity. So if they're sitting at 40% capacity, the most capacity at 40%, or average, let's say, the most they can do as a whole is that they're really operating at about 50 theaters full capacity out of 350. They are really getting kicked overseas badly. It's not looking good. The first quarter indications have come out, and they're apparently going to lose in excess of $500 million in the first quarter of the year. Volume is light. They were supposedly to bring in approximately 158 million in revenues, and looks like only 148 coming in. They were supposed to lose about 514 million. It looks like 560 million in losses might be booked by the company. They are now talking about issuing and selling 43 million additional shares from their treasury to raise additional cash. The question is, can they do it at $11 a share ish? Can they do it in this neighborhood? If they can, they'll bring in about 470 million, like 43 million plus 43 more. So 470 less fees, maybe they'll net out 450 million. Unfortunately, $450 million does not cover even a quarter of their losses. And so these guys are burning off a ton of cash right now as they are awaiting the COVID numbers to drop, the occupancy levels to come up, allowing their overseas operations to fire up again. And in the meantime, they are eating up a lot of their available cash right now on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And so it's having an effect on the stock. $11.15 a share, down 31 cents today. The shares this morning, right off the opening, were at 10.65 within minutes of the opening. A very awful start to the day. They did, though, jump right away in the first 15, 20 minutes after that. They got up to 11.39. They almost got to about 7 cents of even, but they have now slumped back. They slumped. They came up a little, and they're slumping again. They cannot seem to hit a new high here as the day wears on. They're now 11.14 on 12.3 million shares of volume on AMC. Unfortunately, that's AMC's situation right now, and I know a lot of my viewers and a lot of viewers out there who love AMC do not want to hear this, but you gotta know. You gotta hear what's going on. 11.16. GameStop 167.77, down an even $10 a share. The low of the day for a GameStop, 166.03, about $1.70 from here was the low of the day. So they've recovered $1.70 a share. On 1.5 million volume, which is extremely light compared to yesterday. We were the last couple of days, we were well over 3, 4, 5 million in the first hour. 167.77 right at the moment on a GameStop. No news out this morning that we know of. Nothing officially been said. We just broke 168 on GameStop, though. It just popped up. Waiting for information, rumors, anything about a new CEO. We know they're looking for one. The search is on, but we have absolutely no news on a GameStop with regard to who the new CEO will be. The next big thing to happen to the company will be day after tomorrow. April the 30th is the official day that they will close out their long-term debt obligations. They will pay off their senior notes, which are, by the way, we're down $9 a share now in GameStop. It just jumped a buck. They will pay off their senior notes of $217 million, 10% interest on those notes. They'll pay them out in full, and that will eliminate $21 million a year in interest charges to this company, which goes right to the bottom line of the company now. They've been making enough money to pay that. That money that used to go to that banker now just stays with shareholders. So that will bump right there the earnings of the stock by 33 cents a share right away, just on the savings of interest. And of course, they are turning the corner and making money now on their operations. So the question is, what will be the earnings per share this year on top of this 33-cent savings and all the cost-cutting savings they've had? That's what we're awaiting as well, and that will help us determine just what's the stock's future going to be and where is it going to head. So we'll watch for that. All right. Thank you all. Right now, GameStop 168.39, down 9.38 a share. It's up $2.36 from the low of the day, about 20 minutes ago or so, something like that, as we watch this out. And we're keeping an eye on the stock and everything else. And Jennifer is here. Jen is alive, and she seems well and conscious and awake.
Alive and busy.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. How are you?
I've been busy this morning. It's just been crazy. I've had to reveal bad news on AMC, and that didn't go over well with a number of people out there, unfortunately.
Did they come out with new numbers?
Yeah, they're losing $560 million in the first quarter of the first 3 months. That's $2.2 billion a year at that pace of losses for a movie theater.
We're getting up there into the cruise ship deficits.
You're kind of joining the cruise ship business, losing a bunch of money.
I just heard a very interesting article on the radio. Kelowna, which is where the CBC radio comes out of, is getting a new Costco, and they were talking about the gas station.
Yeah.
The Costco will have 24 spots.
Wow.
Yes.
24 spots. Wow.
On a city that talks about how they're going to be, in the next 5 or 10 years, I can't remember the number, they're supposed to be like half hybrid cars now. And
going green.
So why is Costco spending this much money to do it? Because Costco isn't known to be stupid with things like that. But also that the gas prices are a loss leader. Sometimes they make negative profit on their gas because they're making money off the memberships.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. They use the gas bar as an incentive to get memberships.
Yeah.
You fill up your car, you park your car, or you go shopping, then you fill up your car and leave. And the hot dog at $1.50, same thing.
We've always known their margins are very tight.
On gas, very tight. They're a high volume business.
On just about everything, very tight.
Yeah, well, right. And on gasoline, they're one of the biggest retailers on a per pump basis. They pump so much gas. You kind of wonder if in the next 5 years, half of those pumps will be converted into charging stations.
Could be.
And electric cars will be able to come up to the Tesla gas bars and will now be combination gas bar, electric bar, and you can buy electricity at a cheap price from Costco because of your membership. Think about that.
Yeah.
And will Costco set up solar panels on top of their gas bar roofs and on top of their stores and generate all kinds of electricity themselves, which will generate the power into operating their stores and keep their costs lower? I don't know. They won't generate enough power to power up cars from their own property. No way, no how. But will they go with an electric gas bar?
They'd be making a lot of electricity the day we're going to have today. It's going to be beautiful.
It is going to be gorgeous, sunny. Yeah. We're in the high 60s today. We're in the 75 range tomorrow. 75 tomorrow. Yeah. Hottest day since last September, at least. We can't wait.
What we call hammock weather.
Hammock weather. That's what Jen calls hammock weather, baby. Oh,
get the book, get the drink, get the hammock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Put your phone inside one of those cell phone amplifiers and crank it up and listen to the tune.
Let the neighbors enjoy my country western.
Yeah, that's right. Let the neighbors listen to Garth and Dwight and all the other stars.
Throw a little folk in there to really
little Conway Twitty to piss everybody off. Oh my God! Oh, Conway Twitty, not that. Oh yeah, you got to have country music with drums. No drums ain't country music. I only want a violin, country music violin songs. I want country music with drums and a steel guitar and a little bit of a beat, baby.
Play the drums.
I like to dance. I want to be dancing. Not that I'm a dancer anymore, but I like the idea where you can dance to that music. Anyway, how you doing otherwise? Good?
Otherwise, I'm good.
You're good? Okay, great. Welcome. Oh.
It was one of those nights where I woke up when your alarm went off and I just couldn't really go back to sleep.
The alarm goes off at 3 a.m. around here,
yeah.
kids. Oh, man.
Where the alarm goes off and the brain goes...
It doesn't stop. The brain goes nutso cuckoo. Yeah.
So I fixed the world's problems at 3 o'clock. And, it was all good.
I fix the world's problem from about 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the morning. And then the alarm goes off and I'm going, I didn't sleep. I needed sleep. This is not fair. It's crazy. Yeah. Wild and wacky. Hey, Mark Weiss, thank you for the donation. AMC for the win. Vaccines work in America. Theaters to reopen. Let's hope so. Let's hope so for the best, guys.
Everything reopens.
We need everything to reopen and let the border reopen so Jen and I can go back down to Curling.
Anybody over 18 can now register for a vax.
18 and over in British Columbia. Oh, that's good.
Go for it.
Wow,
of course, that means you're booking it.
Yeah. Then you're waiting for your turn. But still, you're in the system now.
Still, you're in the system.
Yeah. I mean, we were just happy getting into the system a few months ago. We wanted to bail.
Today, high five. We're now immune. Like it's been our in
2 weeks. 2 weeks. We had a shot 2 weeks ago, so we're officially immune for whatever percentage it is.
We are officially now actually vaccinated.
Yay! Yay!
Doesn't mean I'm going to cough on you.
Oh, okay. We still got to wear masks when we go out, which we do.
Yes, which we do.
Oh, we got a new mask. Where is that new mask? Is we leave in the car?
I'll find it.
We got a new mask in the mail yesterday. I want to show you. And I wore it yesterday in the store. And check this out, man. We're excited. It just came in yesterday. Here it comes. This is one of these new logos that we have, and I just got I just got a shipment yesterday. Check it out, people. Bagel time. Here you go. Can you see that? Bagel time, baby. Yeah, man. Pretty cool mask.
And it's got the
adjustable
metal in it.
It's got a metal thing here on the schnozola, which you can adjust. It's pretty cool. And it's got adjustable straps, and they're not the chintzy little elastics. This is serious stuff. Really well made mask. Definitely double lined.
Yeah, I'm quite happy.
Well stitched, well put together. Anyway, bagel time. You can get this logo on coffee cups, on shirts, on these.
They sew a little better than I do.
They sew a little better than Jen does. Yeah, they're a little wee bit better.
My water just popped. So is it egg today?
It's egg day today.
Egg day.
Yeah.
Everything or sesame?
I've got both. We should do that everything, so we use those up.
Okay.
And I'll have cheese and egg on a bagel. That would be great.
And mustard on the side.
No mustard on the side. No. Oh gosh. 167.30 on GameStop, down 10.09. 167.68 on GameStop. Oh my gosh. Okay, factories make pollution, not vehicles. Okay, there you go. Anyway, this thing about Tesla with the EPA, that's. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't know. SSR is $159.99 as yesterday's close was $177 minus $17.78. The short interest, the stock would have to get GameStop shares would have to drop to $159.99 for the 10% short sell rule to come into effect. And I don't know if that's going to happen today. It doesn't seem to want to be happening. 167.84 on the stock, down 992. The Dow down 154 still. S&P up 6 and NASDAQ up 6. At the moment, over on AMC 1113 down 33 cents on that one, and it needs to drop. It would have had to have dropped almost $1.20, wouldn't it? It's down 33, not quite. It was 11.46 yesterday, so $1.14 it would have to have dropped, right? And that would have taken it down to maybe it did drop low enough today. Maybe 10.65 was the SSR for GameStop. So AMC. Maybe AMC is on short sale restricted right now. Anyway, you want to let me know? Double check for me. Do the math. Anyway, there you have it. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I sold some AMC, bought more GameStop in dip, average down. Let's see here. Yeah, Palm. Yes, freedom. Okay. And okay, I just sold my IPOE again to load up for GameStop dip. Whatever you're doing, you're doing. Let's see here. Buying 100 more at 159.99 if it gets there. Where are we at now? Sorry, 11.10 on AMC and 167.76 on GameStop. It's not coming down, it looks like. Anyway, I don't expect you to have an opinion yet, Bruce, but I'm interested in reading about Marquis Rainey Acquisition Corp taking Ron Johnson's Enjoy Public. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Let's go here. Dave D's. BLUW merger announced with Claris Therapeutics, first company to fill market of androgen and metabolic therapies. Big new business. Merger announced with Claris Therapeutics, first company to fill the market. Okay, someone's promoting. Elon calls himself the Doge Father, and it has moved up today. I don't know why he's doing that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, let's see. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Can you talk about dividend stocks? The good, the bad, how to find them, and what do we think GameStop will become a dividend stock? GameStop will not be a dividend stock for a long, long time, if ever. This is a growth company. But dividend stocks, you can look at IBM, definitely a good yield there. But Apple pays a dividend, not much, but they pay a dividend. I think Microsoft has a slight dividend. But you can always do a Google search for highest paying dividend stocks. You can always refine your search and say highest dividend yield Dow 30, highest dividend yield S&P 500. You'll find all kinds of research coming up on Google for that, and then you can look into it and see. But you got to be careful, because some of these you got to find some of these companies will have a high yield, but the yield is unsustainable. In other words, the reason the yield is so high is because the shares have dropped so much in anticipation that the company's in big trouble and they're not going to be able to make the payments. They have not yet canceled or lowered the dividends. And so dividends are paid quarterly, so it'll be once a quarter a company will declare a dividend. And you might be a week away, a month away from the company making a new declaration that the next dividend payment is 3/4 smaller than the last one, or is eliminated entirely, and you're fooled into buying a dividend high yielding stock when it isn't even going to be issuing a dividend because the company's in financial trouble, even though it showed like a 20% yield. Oh wow, I can make 20% of my money. No, yields like that just are unsustainable. But yeah, take a look. IBM is close to a 5% yield. It was earlier this year when I first started recommending IBM to you. It was like a 5.4% yield. Now it's 4.58% because the stock has gone up from 119 to 142. And so the higher you paid for the stock, the lower your yield, but the richer you are with your stock. So there's always that. Keep an eye open. 142.48 on IBM, up 47 cents today. So sometimes a down dip on IBM is an excuse to buy it because your yield just went up. But you have to compare in your ideas. What kind of yield are you happy with? Are you sitting on a 401k with $100,000 making you 0.5% interest, where you could take $100,000 to put it into IBM and get 4.5% dividend yield and capital gain on the stock, but possible capital losses?
Tax bracket because it's dividend.
Possibly a better tax treatment, or if it's in a 401k, it's tax free anyway. Getting a 4.5% yield tax free, what's wrong with that? In this environment, nothing wrong with that. So it's a consideration. But if you buy Microsoft, you would get a 0.86% yield. So even though Microsoft is off $8 a share right now, you're not getting a big yield bump on Microsoft. If you buy Apple, you're getting a yield of 0.61%. That's kind of like the bank. Doesn't that sound like a bank? Not exciting, right? So you kind of want to ask yourself, do I really want to hold this kind of a stock and take that kind of a yield? If you buy Costco, you get a 0.85% yield. Nothing big there either. That's not a yielding company. Walmart, 1.6% yield. It's better, but not great, but it's better. What other kind of yields can you go after? Can you go after Cisco? Cisco 2.88% yield. That company will definitely pay its dividend every year. What other companies can you buy into? How about Goldman Sachs? 1.44% yield. The investment bank trading at 8.6 times earnings. You like risk like that? That's called no risk. Pretty good. That might be worth your time. Walt Disney pays a yield of nothing. It does not pay a yield. They're losing money right now. So Disney's not paying yields. They're not paying dividends right now. Let's take a look at other stocks. Does Facebook have a yield? Nope. Facebook does not pay a dividend. They make a ton of money. They don't pay a dividend. Other companies, let's see. Over on Google, they do not have a dividend, and they just are making a ton of money. They're paying no dividends whatsoever. They're buying back stock now, $50 billion, to tighten the market even more, to run up the market. So there you are. There's some examples right there of some companies with yields and no yields and whatever's going on. Buy Intel, you get 2.4% on your money yield, dividend yield. You get a stock trading at 12.9 times earnings at $57. So there might be the right combination for you. You buy that kind of a stock for growth on the chip side. You just have to stick around for the turnaround, but enjoy 2.4% on your money in the meantime, and possible upgrades for capital gains. If this stock were to trade at 25 times earnings, 26 times earnings, the stock price will double. That would take you from $57 to $114 a share over the next maybe 3 to 5 years. Give it that kind of time frame. Be conservative about it. Is there something wrong with doubling your money in a 401k on an Intel long term? No, there's nothing wrong with that. Taking 2.4% in the meantime on your money, tax free. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Or go the IBM route, 4.6%, and enjoy. There you have it. Company's growing, cash flow's growing, net profits are growing, stock is going up in value. Win, win, and win. GameStop, 167.95, low of 166.03. It has not gone down. They're 168.19 now. It's jumping up again. So it's about $2.16 higher than the low of the day from about 45 minutes ago. Volume 1.7 million shares, extremely light. AMC 11.05, down 40 cents. This is approaching its lowest level since it started the opening salvo. It has been as low as 10.65. AMC is under pressure, unfortunately. Let's see. Here we go. A few years ago, my local AMC was sold to a new company, New Vision. Just found out it's an AMC theater again. Let's go here. I received my proxy control number today. E-Trade customer support. They're great. Let's go here. What else are we talking about here? Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Appreciate this. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know what this means. I don't know what that is. Let me just keep on going here and catch up with your comments. Thank you, everybody. The Dow's down 136, improving now. A little improvement. S&P down up 5. NASDAQ, though, down 17. Okay. Thank you also to, who is that? Hang on a second. Can I find this? I can't find it. Sasha, thank you for your donation earlier today. There we have it. Jen has arrived with a bagel. Oh my gosh, the excitement level has built. What a time to get a bagel. GameStop 168.46. Maybe now's the time for a bagel and get GameStop going. We got ketchup for dipping, and we got ourselves a cheese and fried egg toasted bagel. Oh, that's nice and crunchy. It's just the way you like it. Gets those sesame seeds just roasting and toasting, baby. Oh, yeah. It's all good times. 168.03 on GameStop as Bruce gets ready to have his bagel this morning. Oh, can we move this market today? We're primed. We're ready, don't you think? Maybe this could be it. MBIS seems to be recovering. 23.76, up 360, looking a little better. We'll see if there's much more to it. Little move up. It's bagel time with ketchup. Oh, yeah, it's bagel time, baby. Ketchup time. Butter bagel. Oh, yeah. We're getting ready. Okay, I'm getting something to eat. Bruce is going to eat. I'm going to get something to eat. It's time to move this market. 168 on GameStop right now. And it's
good thing
time.
we don't have smell-o-vision.
Oh, smell-o-vision. Woo-hoo-hoo. So nice. So nice. All right, we'll dip into ketchup here. We got the bagel
Isn't
going.
Starbucks coming out with their numbers tonight?
Last night they did it.
Oh, that's why they're down.
That's why their shares are down a little bit today. We got Dober Mamba. Thank you, Jen. Please talk more. You're so wise, Lady Power.
I'm so wise. I'm the old lady of the mountain.
The old lady of the mountain.
Yes, wise beyond her years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's that's not me. So we have curling starting tomorrow. I only had to go 4 days without curling.
Another tournament of some kind?
Yeah, the World Women's this time. And our gal Einerson is just tearing up the court, even though it's an ice rink. I'm still I'm mixing my sports metaphors.
Okay. Fortress up a dime, by the way, 10:08. Way to go. So you're mixing up sport metaphors. Yeah,
yes.
Tearing up the court, the ice rink,
Yeah.
the curling rink.
The curling rink, yeah. So when you think ice rink, you think hockey. Have you shared with them our pain?
This is regional. This is so regional. You don't care.
Oh, well. Hockey fans everywhere understand our pain. That we're still, how long? 2 weeks? 3 weeks before the end of the season?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks? And our team is out of it. Yet again, our hearts are broken. Yet again, we are the Chicago Cubs. Yet again.
Yeah, Calgary Flames, probably out of the playoffs.
Our
Lost-
new coach didn't
lost,
help
I think.
us.
No, they played Montreal 3 games in a row. They had to beat them 3 games in a row to have a chance. They beat them first 2 games. They lost the third game 2-1,
Yes.
and that puts them pretty well out of the
It's
playoffs.
hard to beat anybody 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it's tough. 168.15 on GameStop. Let's go, GameStop.
Go game. Go game.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
So that's our pain that he's bravely covering up.
Hiding the tears and disappointment.
Hiding the tears. Okay, well, you guys have fun.
Thank you, Jen. We will. We're having a good time. Dow's moving up. It's only down 127. It was down 160. Come on.
Tractor Supply is up 20 cents.
Tractor Supply is up 20. What are we worried about? I mean, it's just great. Anyway, yeah. Angel fan, I understand. Cubbies and Flames batting 50% here. Go Bruins Cup coming back to title town.
Really?
Wally's World. I bought an Oilers t-shirt years ago thinking Houston Oilers, and it was a hockey team. Love the Sharks and the Blues. Bruce and Jen can be honorary Penguins fans for the playoffs.
Yes.
We like Sid the Kid.
Sid the Kid, right?
Bruce, you can cheer for the Leafs. Toronto fans, welcome you.
It's Sid, formerly known as the Kid.
Yeah, he's not the kid
He's not
anymore.
the kid
He's all
anymore.
grown up, but he's a 2-time Stanley Cup winner, so he's
Yes.
doing all right. And gold medal goal scorer
And of course,
in Vancouver.
Benino.
Oh man, New York Rangers fan, we're probably out too. 50% is like 150% in the right sport. I'm a Pirates fan. I don't want to hear complaints. Pirates. Oh no.
I know. But you had your glory years.
Willie Stargell.
More than 1 year. We had one glory year with Calgary.
Yeah.
We were there to see it, but one glory year.
Oh boy. What are you gonna do?
So here's a story for you. Our maybe 2 or 3 year old daughter would be standing in front of Daddy trying to talk to Bruce, and he'd be trying to look around her to watch the hockey game. And she said to him, "Daddy, is hockey more important than me?" And you should have seen the look he shot me, thinking I had prompted her to do this. And I'm like, no.
2 against 1.
That's all her. That's all her.
Yeah. She doesn't hear what Mommy says the rest of the day. She doesn't hear what Mommy says to Daddy the rest of the day. Just yeah.
He doesn't hear what I said to her.
That's right. In private, that scumbag husband of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. You're a really great father, actually. But how many fathers would realize when your daughter is almost 21 that this is it? This is your last chance to have her for 23 days in a row, and took her not around the world, but took her to Europe and took her to New York and bought her a fancy purse and
The daddy-daughter
the
tour.
daddy-daughter making it work tour.
The Making It Work tour. Yeah, we named it after the show.
Project Runway.
Project Runway.
Tim. Tim, what's your last name?
Yeah. Yeah, daddy-daughter trip in 2008.
Yeah.
That's 14 years ago. Well, 13 years ago.
Now,
13 years.
was it 8? Yeah.
Yeah, 2008. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, daddy-daughter holiday involved a 11-day cruise from Southampton through the Mediterranean to Barcelona.
Yeah.
But we flew to New York first, spent 4 days there. Berlin, Germany, 4 days there. Southampton.
That was her first time in Berlin.
First time for Berlin. First time for me in
First time
Berlin.
for you in Berlin.
Then we got to Southampton, caught the ship, 11-day cruise to the Mediterranean. It was 19. It was about a 19-day.
And then running through the airports at Barcelona and New York.
No, just New York. JFK. From JFK, we had to get to Newark. We had 5 hours to do it, and we almost didn't make it. It was in the hardest in September, hot, humid, and our suitcases. And oh my gosh! But we just got to Newark to the gate just in time to catch WestJet flight to Calgary. And we got to Calgary 4 hours later, and we had traveled all day that day.
Yeah.
For about 16 hours of travel from the
off
start of
on
the
a cruise
ship. Ended up at our home in Calgary. The marvels of modern travel. And boy, did we sleep for a couple of days after that. But what a holiday that was. Yeah. The daddy-daughter tour.
Daddy-daughter
Must
tour.
make it work tour. So we named it.
Mommy stayed home and worked.
Mommy stayed home and worked because
Oh, no.
Mommy had had enough of that kid for a
I'm
while. And she
fine.
wanted her out of the house. Take
That's
this child
okay.
off my hands and get rid of her for
I'll
me.
sit here in the dark.
Turn her into a woman.
Show her Europe. Let her loose.
Show her Europe, man. Oh, man. Spend some time with your daughter, you bum. Oh, yeah. The love. It pours out. Can you feel it? Neil Taylor's a new member going, what have I joined here? I thought he was going to talk about the stock market. Now we're hearing all about this daddy-daughter trip.
Leaving you.
She's leaving me now. Oh, my gosh. We had so much fun.
I'm taking the children with me.
I'm taking the kids with me. We only have one. She's 33. What? She doesn't want us anymore. What are you talking about? Oh, my gosh. Oh, what can I say? We had a lot of fun. The kid's a good kid. The parents are all right, too, I like to say. I think the parents are pretty darn good. The kid's a lucky kid.
She's not a good kid.
He is a great kid. She's a great kid.
Fembo.
She's a fembo. She's a great kid. There you have it, everybody. Thank you, everybody. All of you, $170 on GameStop. We're starting to hit it. We're going to break through it. I think we already touched it. Well, there it is, 170.40. It's got like butter. A hot knife through soft butter. Gone is the 170 resistance level on GameStop. 166.03 for the low. Down 170.17. $4 bump on GameStop. Let's keep eating the bagel, shall we? Go, baby. Oh, yeah. Dave, they don't know. When they're kids, they don't know. Yeah. Butter. That's right. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Oh, boy. I could be wrong. It's one or the other. Bagel, baby. Oh, she's in Calgary. She's a copywriter. Very successful copywriter. She does really well. And she's excellent at her craft and is in high demand by a number of companies. She's self-employed now. She doesn't work for any company anymore. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 169.43 on the GameStop right now. Yeah, if you're up by 3 years with kids, you're good. Don't worry about it. Yep. 170.09. I think she'd rather say she's 33 if she's actually 34. She'd say, okay, you can call me 33. Sorry. Yeah. Lloyd, the company has 73.4 million shares outstanding. There is a calculation of 94 million shares owned by institutions. What does that equate to in price? Don't forget there's also an 11 million share short declared position. That means there's 105 million. And then we know that the individual retail investors own between 50 and 100 million shares at least. We could have as many as 210 million shares out or more out there, plus the failure to deliver shares, plus the artificially shorted shares through option programs. Bruce, just keep on eating. Stock's going up. 170.02. Go. Go, stock, go. $170.31. It's going higher. So good. $170.94. We're going to hit 171 here. Like butter. Not yet. We haven't been there yet. Garbage. Bucket list. Yep. 170.58 right now on GameStop. AMC $11. Back to $11 on AMC. Volume of 15.5 million shares on AMC, down 46 cents. GameStop 170.36, down 740. And the volume on GameStop 1.9 million, very slight, very light. Will it break through 171? Most likely will. I think it's coming back up again. IBM is up today. Yep. What is a realistic speculation when the first hedge funds no longer suppress the price? It might not be a money problem that does them in. It might be more of a perception of, oh my God, it's going to be a big money problem. I think there are hedge funds out there who are hoping to make money, but might be facing the prospect of losing millions or hundreds of millions or billions. And there will come a point where the losses will be too unacceptable to consider, and they'll just bail out. They'll just back right out. They won't all do it at the same time. They're all different. They're all independent. They think on their own. They think their own for their own good. But there will be points in time where maybe even this week already, hedge funds, some have backed out already. We might only be at the very beginning of this. At least I hope we are. So we'll watch for that. Hi, Bruce. Can you go over how you get to that number of retail stock owned in GameStop? I always found that number to be elusive. Look, I'm doing the same thing, Plutch. I asked first thing this morning on the air, that any of you who were here with me this morning, I asked everybody, does anyone know how many actual shareholders there are of GameStop? Is there a public record anywhere that can tell us how many actual investors own stock in GameStop? Not institutionals. I mean, period. All investors combined. I don't care if they have a half a share or a million shares. I don't care how many got or 10 million. How many shareholders are there in GameStop? I would really like to know the retail number. That would be the one I'd really like to know about. How many shares are held by retail investors? Or how many retail investors are there in GameStop? Even if we don't know the number, how many retail investors actually hold stock of GameStop in their accounts? Is it 5 million people? Is it 10 million? Is it 3 million? Is it 500,000? What's the number? That would give us a lot of, indications. How can retail investors own more than 70 million shares if they're not up to the shenanigans? Right? How can that be? How can there be this many shares of shares out there? How can there be that many shares trading out there if they don't exist? Where does this come from? 169.94 on GameStop, 1.96 million volume. And that is the million and multi-billion dollar question. If there are 200 million shares out there, every time the stock goes up or down $1, that changes the value of all the stock by $200 million. 200 million shares, $1 share, $200 million. Moves $10. That's $2 billion in value up or down for everyone in GameStop, just GameStop. We moved up $30 a share this week from 150 to 180. They got to 199 actually on the in the evening, Monday evening. That was a $40 move. That's $8 billion of wealth that was created. But that also means that if anyone was short 100 million shares out of the total that's out there, if there's 100 million truly short out there, $40 move, that's a $4 billion bigger problem, isn't it? Well, right now the stock is 170. It's not as big a problem as it was, but it's still up $20 this week. That is still a $2 billion problem for 100 million shares. It is a $4 billion wealth gain for everyone in GameStop this week. That's why I keep reminding all of you out there, if you're picking off this stock on dips and just acquiring it, and the millions of you out there, the millions that are out there that follow this story on all the social media scenarios, everyone just tried to buy up 10 shares of this stock and just buy it. That would create such a shortage of paper that it would not be under 200 more than a day or so, and it wouldn't be under 250 for a couple of days beyond that. I mean, that kind of buying coming in bits and bits and bits and bits will just be relentless. It'll move that market. Once it breaks 250, 300, there will be another wave of buying. That will be institutions going along, knowing that their institutions short, they're getting their butts handed to them. They're going to put the pressure on to run it to 400. There'll be speculators all over the market on top of that, running it to 500. The option market will go absolutely ballistic with a gamma squeeze of epic proportions. You will need that market, the options market, to cover their naked short positions, are going to need 50 million shares or more to cover their short positions when it's at 400 or 500 a share. It could be 100 million shares required. The turnover of stock will be relentless, and it will just keep on going and going higher. And everyone who's short this paper will be down now, hundreds of dollars a share on every share they have in their position. And if you're down $400 a share for every share you own or short, for example, you're up $400 a share, or you're negative $400 a share for every share you're short. You multiply that by 100 million shares or 150 million shares. We're talking $60 billion, $400, 150 million, $60 billion shortfall. That's a transfer of wealth to you as shareholders, of which there are really only 70 million that actually exist. But you all have to be bought out to get down to 70 million again. You'll have to be taken out at a very high price. And that's what I keep coming back to. And then there are ways that the company can add fuel to the fire, one of which is a special dividend or a stock split, and other corporate announcements and developments that we're watching for. So anyway, should be a lot of fun. Yes, Munich did a historical trip to Opermaungo, then went to the castles and churches. It was epic. I guess that would be phenomenal. Can't wait to try something like that. 1.95 million volume right now. We are looking at a light day on this volume. What can I say, Michael? I left my equipment back home in the USA, and I had missed the chance to skate on the Amsterdam canals this year. Definitely going back to gather some of that stuff. Finally, VGAC finally going up. VGAC up down 8 now. It's down 8 cents. But sorry, VGAC is up 6 cents. Pardon me, it's VGAC that's up 6 cents. Excuse me, my fault. And then Fortress is up 11, 10.09. It's up over $10 again at 10.09. Finally, MVIS Microvision up to 24.90, 24.96 for the high. 80 million traded, up 4.86. Coming on a little bit here, a little recovery. How far, how long? I do not know. GameStop 169.60 on 2 million shares now. AMC 10.90, unfortunately, down 56 cents. The low of the day 10.65. That was this morning. It's now 10.90.92 on 16.7 million. A lot of pressure on AMC right now because they are going to issue, you can count on it, 43 more million shares to raise money. That'll be another 10% dilution of all shareholders right now. Unfortunately, it'll be enough to bring in 450 million or so dollars. That's enough to cover 10 days of losses. It's awful. I mean, 560 million lost in 90 days in the first quarter. 560 million. That's like 50 million a day the company is losing. 50 million a day for AMC. Now, if they can cut their losses in half, they still lose 25 million a day. They raised 450 million here on this offering. 20 days, they burn this off. This is 3 weeks of money. That's all. It's not looking good at AMC right now. It's just not looking good at all. 10.95 down 51 cents. GameStop 170.20 again, up over 170. Will it take a run now to 171, 2 or 3? Well, we're here to watch it. It's got a V recovery going today. GameStop for the day, it's looking like a little V or a little letter U. It's kind of coming up, but it's, it's doing what it's doing. Let's see how it wants to go. 2 million shares traded on GameStop. 169.69 at this moment in time. 170.02, jumping over 170 again. That's what it's doing at the moment. The Dow down 110. That's an improvement of 50 points from the low. S&P is up 5.9. NASDAQ is down 10 points. That's what we have right now. Thank you for 1,000 thumbs up today, everybody. I really appreciate these. 89 on the downside. Sorry that you have to give me a thumbs down, but it is bad news today for some of you, and that is too bad. We've got stock markets. Let's take a look at some of the movers and shakers. What's going on here? And home bakers. On the upside for the S&P 500, Hess Corp up 7.3%. APA up 6.5%. Devon Energy up 6%. Diamondback up 5.7%. Marathon Oil up 5.2%. Losers on S&P 500. M-Phase Energy down 14%. F5 Networks down 8.5%. Amgen down 7.2%. Discovery down 6% on both classes of their shares. Over on the Dow Jones Industrials, we have got winners. Chevron up 2.7%. The Dow Chemical Company up 1.9%. Visa up 1.5%. Caterpillar up 1 percentage point. And Salesforce up 1 percentage point. Losers, Amgen down 7.2%. That's what's hammering the Dow. It's Amgen. It's really hurting the Dow. Microsoft down 3%, not helping. Boeing down 2.9%, not helping. Nike down 1.1%, and Travelers down 1%. So the losers on the Dow are really keeping the Dow underwater today so far. On NASDAQ, the biggest winners on the NASDAQ 100 would be Google up 4.3%, Mondelez up 4.2%. Google Class B and C are both higher. One is up 4.3, one is up 4.1. NetEase is up 2.5%. Pinduoduo up 2.3%. On the losing end, on the NASDAQ 100, Amgen down 7.2%. Sirius XM Radio 4.6% on the downside. Texas Instruments down 4.2%. Automatic Data down 3.8%, and Micron down 3.8%. Those are your losers and winners on these markets right now. And we've got the big board of the Dow down 114 points. S&P futures or S&P up 5 points. NASDAQ up down 32, down 29. So not much going on. Oil up $1.32, a little better there is what we are seeing right now. Let me double check something on these markets. Let me get a refresh. All right, Dow down 105, S&P up 5.7, NASDAQ down 11, Russell down 1.3 points. The VIX is at 1739, down 0.17. That's what we have right now on live quotes right now on the markets. Tesla is sitting on $2.5 billion of Bitcoin now. They started at $1.5 billion. They're up to $2.5 billion. Boeing posts its sixth consecutive quarterly loss in a row, unfortunately. What else is going on here? Deutsche Bank reports its best quarterly profit in 7 years. Unbelievable. Alphabet reports big earnings beats at revenue grows 34% at Google. It is incredible what is happening there. Cowen upgrades Ralph Lauren, says stock could be a reopening winner after cutting costs. What else is going on here? Samsung family announces plans to lay off more than $10 billion or pay off more than $10 billion inheritance taxes. What else is going on here? Microsoft books its biggest revenue growth since 2018. The stock is down today. Think that's temporary. Starbucks faces more competition from local beverages in China, its biggest market outside the U.S. That's why the stock is under some pressure today. That's what we got here on the markets right now. GameStop 169.50, hanging around this 169.50, 170 neighborhood is what it's doing. AMC 1091, now down 55 cents on the day on AMC, unfortunately. So we've got. Alrighty, thank you all of you for being here, hanging out with me, passing on kind words, messages of support. D. Gray, thank you for becoming a new member of this channel, of course. Love that you did that. There it is. D. Gray has become a new member. Beautiful. Thank you for joining in. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Geez, if you don't like the content, just don't watch Uncle B. Giving a thumbs down is just plain rude. Well, what are you going to do, Jane? The only way to defeat a bagel. Yep. Let's see. The year is 2469. GameStop short interest is 2.4 billion. Ants and apes have evolved into sentient being, have held siege on Wall Street for a millennial. I'm a copywriter for Macy's. How about that? Drew, welcome, D. Kevin, way to go, buddy. Can confirm, very lucrative. If you're good, Kevin, you can make a good money. My daughter is very good. She does a lot of good work. We're very proud of her. She used to be an employee of advertising firms, but now she's an independent agent and she makes way more money. She does very well. Very well. Work from home, says Kevin, and hang with Bruce and pet my dogs. Now you're talking. You know what it's all about. Let's go. What's going on here? What is going on here? What is going on here? What is going on here? Thank you, everybody, for being here. I have fresh bagels in the oven now made with Greek yogurt and everything bagel topping. I can smell them. Oh my gosh. Sounds fantastic. Sounds so good, everybody. Incredible. GameStop 169.66 down 8.11. AMC 1090 down 56 cents. Under pressure. MVIS Microvision up to 25.12, up 4.96 right now. Having a bit of a good day. Francis Logan, thank you for this €10 donation. If you don't believe in the business long term, you shouldn't be in the stock. That's why GameStop is different from MVIS and AMC. There is an actual story you can invest in outside of the hype. That's exactly right. The unfortunate thing for AMC is corporately it looks terrible. There may be a short position. There may be all kinds of stock positions out there undeclared. There might be all that for AMC. True, it could be possible, but it's not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough. The underlying business has got to be there. They can't lose $2 billion a year. You cannot survive as a movie chain burning off that kind of money. You will eventually run out of it. You will not be able to raise more, and you will declare bankruptcy. You'll go into Chapter 11. You will do whatever you've got to do to survive. It doesn't look good, and so AMC is up against it. They don't have 15 lines of income coming in. That's the problem too. But it is what it is, and it's 10.92 right now, down 55 cents. AMC, GameStop right now, 170.21, around that level, down 7.50. It's still down on the day as well, but GameStop does have positive cash flow. They just paid off their debt. It's the polar opposite of AMC. GameStop is paying off all their debt with cash they have. They've only sold 3.5 million shares since last year. 3.5 million. That's it. 5% of the total stock outstanding. They offered up. They brought in 551 million in cash. Their debt was 217 million. They have 900 million cash in the bank. GameStop, 900 million cash in the bank, no long-term debt, and they're making money. They're not losing $2 billion a year. They're making money. AMC's on the total opposite side of this whole corporate side, a completely unrecognizable scenario that AMC is looking at on the other side, unfortunately. And they're in a tough spot. 170.07 on GameStop right now. Volume on GameStop is 2,100,000 shares. That is all there is on GameStop, a company not in trouble. Where AMC is a company in trouble and trading at 10.90, down 56 cents right now. Volume on AMC is 17.5 million, and corporately they are in trouble. And that's it, guys. I cannot lie to you. That is the truth. Anyway, what can I say? Well, I now want on everything bagel. Bagel with peppers. Where did the DTC thing go? I don't know. Best in class LiDAR tech lurks. Well, yeah, but they don't make any money. I don't know. Yeah. What can I do? What can I do? What can we say? What can we say? Yeah. Why so much hate today? Because Bruce is talking AMC, and they hate it when he does that. They hate it. How much love is there, Bruce? You madman. You have to be immune to invest in the stock market. It goes up and down. You have to be immune to comment on it as well, because the love goes up and down. What is love? Please, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Bruce, would you please lie to us? Darn histamines. Oh, man. Yes, MVIS is future growth, not a retail business that turns profit. Well, yes, Microvision has potential in the technology they're developing. What they don't have right now is a way to stop the bleeding. And right now they are bleeding money like crazy. And this is where the stock is way ahead of the future. What is the upside of you as shareholders of Microvision? Could it be the company's a takeover target? I don't know why anyone would buy it. They might offer paper for it, but I don't know if they'd even offer 24. MVIS might need cash. Can they raise cash? They would be wise to issue stock from their treasury right now. This is exactly what happened to GameStop last year or back in January. Would be wise to have raised money when it was $300-$400 a share. They didn't. MVIS would be wise to raise money right here. Bring us some cash. Yeah, but I don't know if they will. I don't know. What can I say? Happiness is a warm stock. You are the greatest, Uncle B. We love you. Oh, thank you. Please, baby, don't hurt me no more. I'm tempted to buy more AMC every time Bruce says, unfortunately, still love you, though. Oh, unfortunately, I'm not sure if you're unfortunately ready to buy this at 1086, because unfortunately, it's now 1083, and unfortunately, it's going down in price. It's down 63 cents, unfortunately. And I wish you the best on that AMC, because unfortunately, it is under unbelievable, unfortunate pressure. I don't know, 1083. Oh, gosh. We just want to rock. We want to rock. Hello, Daniel. Oh man. Let's see. Cody Miles. I think they're going to be acquired by Microsoft, as they're working with them already. Bruce, lie just tell us you don't like bagels in the afternoon. Bruce talks the long game. Yeah, I kind of do, don't I? Here you go. Soren, John Van, the main man. I have informed you to stay cool, calm, and collected. It's all good. Remember the 3 T's. Things takes time. Things take time. That's true. Sometimes they just take time. What can I tell you? They take time. You got a right to party. Yes, unfortunately, he's unfortunately correct. Uncle Bruce, Soren 10, Diamond Hands. Yes, I want to take a Benadryl. And no one wants to address that point, says someone to someone else. Kathy saying, where are we at right now? 169.66 on GameStop. We're 1082 on AMC. Unfortunately, AMC is going down, going lower, unfortunately. It was over $12 the other day. Did any of you sell it? You had a chance for a while. I don't know. That's what it is. Microvision, 2481 up 465. We hope for the best there. VGAC up 4 cents. Fortress Value up 11 cents. Other than that, there's not a lot going on here. The Dow down 99. That's under 100-point loss now on the Dow. It's the best level since the opening, kind of, sort of the best level. It's come back. It's come back 82 points from the low of the day. That's something to be said. That's something to be celebrating. 96.99 loss on the Dow. 96.23 loss on the Dow. It's better. Will Amgen and Microsoft improve, or will they not? Microsoft down 764. It's better at 254. It was 253, but it's not great. 20 million traded. If Microsoft can have this loss and get it down to 3 something, the Dow will move up 30, 40 points. That is a powerful stock on the Dow. But will it? I don't know. I don't know today. Maybe tomorrow it will, but no, but today. GameStop 169.88. Not going anywhere. AMC 1080 now. 1080 on AMC. It is at the low of the day since the opening, which was 1065, just right at the opening. It is now at 1080. It's 15 cents away from the low of the day on 18 million traded. That's not good. That is very well. In a way, it's not bad in a way because it's such light volume, but it's bad because such light volume allows the stock to drop 65 cents a share. That's the bad thing. I don't know. Will there be support coming in? Will there be bargain hunting, or will there be another down wave and then bargain hunting in the 9s? Will it reach the 8s? They're going to release a lot of stock here. Are they going to release stock at $10, $10.50 a share? Are they going to be? Did they release any at 11? I don't know. But what's going to happen on AMC? Oh, I don't know. I fear for AMC short medium term here. It is just not. It's just not. That's this thing. It's not doing well. Okay. Anyway, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for saying hi to me. Thank you for the love. And Bruce, can you explain to me why 3.5 million shares of GameStop offering is not really the bad dilution the media is taking it is as? Yeah, I mean, the media is saying, oh, GameStop sold 3.5 million shares. Oh, they're diluting themselves. I'm going, really? 3.5 million shares is the end of GameStop. Really? There's 200 million out there, 70 million officially. Short positions up the wazoo. They just raised $551 million at these prices. They now have $12, $13 cash in the bank per share. How is this bad? AMC had 107 million shares outstanding a year and a half ago. They now have 450 million out there. How's that good? That's worse. That's 350 million shares of stock issued from the Treasury to dilute everybody by 70%, 80%. It's a terrible dilution. It's killer. They're going to be up to 470 million shares outstanding with 107 that used to be out there. That's almost 80% dilution. That's a nightmare. GameStop with 5% dilution is bad? I don't think so. I don't think with 551 million cash in the bank. You know what? GameStop raised more money this week than AMC is going to raise when they do their $43 million stock offering. AMC will release 43 million shares. 43 million shares. They'll be lucky to get $10 for it. That's $430 million. GameStop got 511 million from 3.5 million shares. 3.5 million instead of 43 million. Hello? Did you notice a difference there? Yes. Yes, there are technically 3.5 million more shares people can borrow to short GameStop with. Well, it'll soon be technically 43 million more shares people can borrow to short AMC with. That's a difference. That is a huge difference. The media has got to figure this out. I don't know. You think it'll hit 20 again? I don't know about that. Is hair curling is a sport? This is a casino. AMC is a monstrosity. Other comments. Let's see. Can you give us an example of that modern miracle, the wooden cell phone amplifier? It works. It works great. This thing is a phenomenal machine. No battery, no software, no electronics, no moving parts. It's solid, baby. This thing is real wood. Sourced wood here from Creston. You can get your own cell phone amplifier. Just take your cell phone, put it right in here. Right there, baby. You got your own cell phone amplifier right now. The sound comes out of your cell phone down here, and it goes through this channel to this area here, comes up here, comes out of this hole, gets blasted across the room. It's an amplifier. You can see the holder there. There's the hole in the bottom there, and here's the bottom of the channel that the sound comes out of. Where am I? Everything's reversed. There it is, right there. So sound comes out of there. We got a logo here. We got a logo here. We've got handcrafted by Marshall Thompson right here in Creston. And if you'd like one of these, Jen and I will autograph this for you. If you'd like, Uncle Bruce and Jen will autograph this one for you if you'd like one. 60 American dollars donation on my PayPal account. Make a donation to PayPal for 60 American. Tell us you want an autograph. Give me your name and address so we can know where to mail it. You'll get one in about 3 weeks or so, 3-4 weeks. You'll have your own cell phone amplifier from the bagel guy, from Uncle Bruce. Thank you all so much. 170.45 on GameStop. Coming on again. 170.45 on 2.16 million. AMC 1090 down 56 cents. Not looking too good on AMC right now. We're watching closely this GameStop stock, if it'll rebound from here. Microvision 2416 up $4, but that is down from the recent highs. Still having a good day though, no problem. All right, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, let's go. What's going on here? I think the difference between GameStop and AMC is people that hold GameStop are holding for the long term with the Ryan Cohen transformation, while AMC holders are just hoping for a short-term squeeze. I think that's exactly it. I think that AMC, they're hoping for a gamma technical, some kind of massive short issue squeeze. But unfortunately for AMC, the underlying corporation itself is in real rough shape. I think they've got $6 billion in debt now. $6 billion in debt. GameStop has no debt. They're, as of day after tomorrow, they have no debt at all. AMC has will have 480 million shares out, 400 something like that. Almost 500 million shares will be outstanding on AMC within the next couple of weeks. GameStop has 73 million shares outstanding. You can't compare the two from a corporate point of view. You can't. You just can't. Sorry, it is pretty bad. What can I say? I wish I could give you better news, happier news on AMC, but I can't. Mark, who owns these 3.5 million shares? Retail? It's already been distributed probably to retail and institutional investors. I'm sure Jeffrey's pieced off 500,000 here, 200,000 here. 30 minutes, it was all gone. I'm sure in a day, maybe a day or two, they did it. I don't know. Didn't take long. They did it. Yeah. If I put my GameStop shares into a cell phone amplifier, will they immediately go up in value because of the amplification? Well, I don't know about that, but if you put the phone in there and you listen to me talking, you might get the amplification of the message, and then more people will hear the amplified message about GameStop, and they'll want to buy some, and that could make your stock go up. How about that? Oh man. Let's see. Well, you know what, Erica, this is a good comment right here. Stock Markets with Bruce. You're just a guy sitting in his living room in Creston, British Columbia, giving us the facts. What else can you say? That's all I am. I'm just a guy in Creston, asking you to like me, just like me. 170.85 on GameStop now. 170.85, moving up again. 1098 on AMC. The Dow down 109. S&P up 5. Nasdaq down 22. I'm just a guy in a living room, and just a guy. Any sight on the rumors about Amazon splitting? I have no news. No, just rumors. That's all I got. That's all anyone's got. Nothing. I've heard nothing. Oh boy. 170.73 on GameStop. Come on, GameStop. Why don't you pop $4 or $5 and let's get something going here? I don't know. Let's see what happens. We'll hope for the best. We'll hope for the best. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. 170.62 on GameStop. 170.93 on GameStop. It's getting ready to go to 171. Looks like it's getting ready to maybe go through 171. Yeah. Bruce, when I was younger, I would make sound amplifiers for my phone by using toilet paper rolls, but I was broke then. Bruce says more in an hour, and I say in a week. Well, Bruce is working. I don't know what you're working, but I'm working. GameStop didn't sell 3.5 million shares all at once. They slowly sold, and retail picked it up. They just bled it into the market. They slid it in there. The market picked it up. No problem. 160.75, 170.65, 170.65, 171.29, 171. We're running here a little bit on GameStop. Are we going higher? Let's see what's going on. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Bill is saying AMC, GameStop, people are in for the money, not long-term investment. That's why why you're all here. Going to the moon, the new floor is whatever. And here we go. Michael J. Burry, which was all just a guy until the whole world found out he was right all along. It's true. Bruce, you should eat bagels in the general direction of your amplifier. The sound of you, Joey. Ivan, you can keep asking. I have been it for a month. Doesn't make much sense other than they are making just as much from the back and forth as the other hedge funds. Let's see. I tried working once, but I didn't like it. Butta, 171.62. We're gone. We're going to 172 now. Let's go. Maybe 172. Let's see. I'd like to see it to jump past 173. Bullish configuration gets me going. We love the Bruce. 171.62. Let's go. GameStop. Let's go. Can't stop. Won't stop. GameStop. Kathy Duran. True. For all we know, if it wasn't for the long hedge funds, the stock would be at $20 right now, thanks to the attacks and the short hedge funds. I have heard Bruce laugh, and it made me laugh. Well, that's good to hear. Colin. Well, when you're independently wealthy, you don't need to work. When you're high on life, and you can live off life. Why work? Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for helping out these with selling these items on Redbubble. Beautiful. Jen has been busy this week finding and hunting down illegal sellers of Stock Markets with Bruce merchandise. Do not be fooled. The only place you can buy this merchandise from this YouTube creator officially is go to the Redbubble page that you can link through on this channel. And it's Bruce Frommert. That's my name. That's my Redbubble store. You can buy these items and other items with logos on it there. And I thank you, all of you who have been supporting us. You can pick off this kind of a logo for Uncle Bruce. You can get this kind of a logo for Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce. You can get this one, Bagel Time with Uncle Bruce. You can get this one. You can get these on shirts. You can get them on backpacks, cell phone covers, coffee mugs, travel mugs, all kinds of stuff. You can pick this stuff up off them. You can also get the GameStop with Uncle Bruce cups, of course, Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce, GameStop with Uncle Bruce mugs, all kinds of stuff. Thank you to all of you out there who have gone to Redbubble and picked up anything. We get a royalty every time you buy something. I can't blow it. I don't make the stuff. I don't store it. I don't stock it. They make it. They send it to you. They ship it to you. They take your money, get your address. Thank you. Thank you for this order. I just got an order for a cell phone amplifier. Just came through the PayPal account. Thank you, all of you who are supporting us with this purchase as well. Fabulous. Thank you, John Backus. Please send me an autographed cell phone bagel amplifier. We love your show. Right on. Going to Kentucky, baby. We're going to get one over to Kentucky. Oh, yeah. We got to love that. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for your support of this channel in every way you support us. It is just overwhelming and so humbling for us. We love you guys. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is. Alrighty, thank you for the 1,000 thumbs ups today. We have 89 thumbs downs, 1,000 thumbs ups. Keep those coming in if you could. We appreciate that. 172.29 on the GameStop shares right now. And we're approaching 2.2 million shares traded. The Dow down what looks like 118 points. Let's just refresh everything here and double check everything. On the markets down 115 points right now. S&P up 4. NASDAQ down 23. Russell down 1 point. The VIX is 1736 down 0.2. Not much change there. That's what we have on that on those markets right now, folks. Watching everything as best we can to stay on top of this market for you. 172.36 and 10.97 on AMC. Trying to get back to 11 for AMC, and it's traded 19.9 million shares so far. So AMC down 49 cents. Trying to hang around the 11 mark right now. Question will be, what price will AMC sell stock at? For 43 million shares. Will they get $11 a share? That would probably net them $450 million, but that does not equal the $551 million that GameStop raised this week, closing it this week. with only 3.5 million shares sold. It's the difference in price. It's huge. It's humongous. And AMC is under pressure, but it is now $10.99. It's hanging in there, trying to get back to 11. Hang in there, GameStop shareholders. We'll see what's going on. Coinbase, $299.69, under 300 a share. And Microvision, 24.81, up 465. High of the day, 25.75. Volume, 104 million. So that's where the volume is on Microvision. A lot of people speculating on that company, but its sales are under 5 million a year. Very light sales company there. I don't know. Oh boy. Let's see. 172.20 on the GameStop, like butter. Let's see if we can get to 173 with a neat emoji in there. Let's see what is going to happen. That is an awesome design, says D. Gray. Let's go. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Jen, bringing a bagel is the happiest moment on earth. You need hats. I know. I would like to produce hats. I'm looking into it. The problem is that Redbubble doesn't make hats. If they made hats, my life would be so easy. I could just produce a logo. They would produce it. They would take your money. They would ship it to you. They would pay me a royalty, and I wouldn't have to do anything else. But it doesn't work that way. They don't do hats. So now I need a hat entity where I can get the hats at a decent price, where I can get the logos embroidered for a decent cost, have the hat made at a decent price, have shipping organized in a decent way, where somehow, do I handle the orders? Do I ask you to send me money to my PayPal account and then I send the name and address to the shipper? I mean, I don't want to get involved in thousands of orders of hats if it were to happen. Hundreds of orders, let alone, dozens of orders. I just do not have hours and hours and hours to give. I'm on the air. I'm researching for this. But I would love to have quality hats. Yes, I would. I would love to, but we'll see what's going on. Coyote, I will be buying an amplifier Friday. I love those. I just currently have all my money going to GameStop trying to get those shares. Let's see. Hey, Bruce, Blair, I smartcast you on my big screen TV. You are on the big screen, big fella. Thank you, everybody. I just requested my miracle of modern technology, the Uncle Bruce Bagel amplifying cell phone system. Sitting Bull, way to go, buddy. Thank you for that order. Look at the glow and excitement Bruce has when he sells merchandise. Woohoo! Well, thank you, everybody. We're just trying to survive. Let's see. Bruce, get ready to go bye, and my withdrawals are already going goo. Oh no. What can I say? Bruce, where's the money from the proceeds of the naked shorts? Can you elaborate? I'm confused. Thanks. Well, if you write a call contract, you get money right away. As soon as you sell the contract, you have money in your hand. So if you were offering GameStop contracts right now at $170 a share, and you could bring in maybe $25 a share in premiums, you sell the 170 right now, bring in 20. Bring in $20, that's $2,000 a contract. You write 10 contracts, you bring in 20 grand. You write 100, 200 grand. Write 1,000, $2 million. It's a lot of money. Okay, so you bring in a bunch of money. You've written contracts where you don't have the stock, but you just got a bunch of dough for it. But you're on the hook now for $170 a share. Stock goes to 200, 250, 270. You are $100 behind where you are right now. You are into that deal now for $100 a share. You only got 20 up front given to you on this hand, but you got to go buy stock, and that's going to cost you a total of $100 or the 20 plus 80 more. You're going to lose $80 a share. If you brought in $2 million in premiums, you got to spend $8 million more to buy the stock. You're down $10 million because you wrote 1,000 calls to buyers of these call contracts. And if these call contract buyers want to exercise the stock, they want you to deliver it, and you don't have it, you got to go buy it on the open market. So you take your $2 million, add $8 million more to it, and if you're successful in buying 1 million shares of GameStop at 270 without moving the market anymore, which you will not be, God bless you, but you know what's going to happen. You need 1 million shares starting at 270 because that's when you were told I want the stock. You got to buy it in the open market. By the time you buy 1 million shares of GameStop in a hurry, you're at $325 a share. You're probably averaging $310 a share. You've lost a ton of money, But of course, you folks who own the shares that are watching me right now, you're going, this is great. We got a guy who has to buy 1 million shares to deliver paper to an exerciser of a contract. This is fabulous. You take the stock from $250 to $350 a share. We're happy. We're $100 even richer. That's exactly right. The thing is, the shares go to $350 a share on the open market. Every single call contract from $350 all the way down to $50 or down to $5, they're all in the money. That means many more contracts are in the money. And that means there's hundreds of millions of dollars in losses are piling up all over the street in Chicago. Yes, the buying will become even more intense. That's why the higher these shares go, the quicker they go, the more valuable you get, the more richer you get. That's just the bottom line. These shares have the ability to go to $300 a share in a week, and that would cause 50 million shares to be in the money in contract form, in option contract land. And that will translate into a higher stock price, especially with a bunch of exercising going on. Of course, if I buy a contract from someone who sells me a contract, who's writing a naked call, and it goes up in value, I could just sell the contract to whoever out there is buying contracts. It's an open market. I might literally sell the contract back to the guy who sold it to me. I don't know. He doesn't know who I am. He is. It's just a market. We're just playing the market. But if the stock goes up, well up, and my contract goes way up in value, I'll just sell the contract and cash the difference, cash the gain, and say thank you. Now I can do whatever I want, buy more contracts or start buying stock with this money. I could do that, and that puts pressure on the market, you see. So yes, all kinds of shenanigans. 172.24 right now on the stock, 172.44. That's what we're looking at right now on GameStop. We are at 2.4 million traded, very quiet. Very, very quiet on the morning so far. Microvision is up 473 to 24.88. AMC at 10.94, down 52 cents. And any of the other SPACs I have, VGAC up a nickel to 10.02, and Fortress Value up a dime to 10.08. Other than that, we don't have much going on. The Dow is down 127. It's just not coming on very well. S&P up 4. NASDAQ down 13. Big day today. Apple will release their financials at the end of the day today. We will be covering that in the aftermarket. I will be on again at 3 o'clock Eastern time, 1 hour before we close for the day. And I will be following that market until an hour after we are closed. So the first hour of the aftermarket. And that means I'll be around to watch the Apple reports. 172.60 on GameStop. We could possibly be breaking 173 here at a moment's notice, and that could possibly, maybe, add a little more momentum to the stock, but I do not know. Jane Doe is saying, stock market with Bruce, bye, Uncle B and Auntie Jen. See y'all this afternoon, later, Bagel Brigade. Exactly, Portobello Road. 172.60, though, is where the price of the stock is right now. 172.96 now. We're right at the edge, 172.96. It could go through 173 here, 2.44 million traded, and we might have a momentary opportunity here to jump through 173. That would be the highest level since this morning when we started trading. Our high of the day today, 174. So $1 and a little bit away from the high of the day. That could be significant if that could happen in the near future, because we break through into a new high of the day. We might run ourselves back to an even price on this stock. We're now at 172.63. We're down 5.14 on the day. We need $1.37 to break the low, or break the high, and that would be just under the $4 mark. From there, it's only $4 to break even, and that wouldn't be a problem. 172.98 right now. 172.98 at this moment in time, at this second in time. 173.36. We've just broken 173.36. We're now 64 cents away from the high of the day. And that is significant here. Watching this closely, Can we break through the 174 level to hit a new high for the day, which could create another run? The question is there much of a resistance level at 174? 173.07 right now. Volume on GameStop, just so you know, 2.45 million, still not showing much on the volume, but it is now approaching the highest levels of the day since the opening, and it is 90 cents away from matching or breaking through the high point of the day on GameStop. 1098 on AMC, down 48 cents right now. Unfortunately, 172.85, we're a little pullback. We're getting a little resistance, but that is the significance of the market right at the moment for GameStop. It's had a nice little recovery run here, and it is possible that the stock might just power through 174 and go up again. 172.93 right now, and it might go through 173 a second time and then take a shot at 174. That would be a new high for the day of trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Technicals, it's what it is. Emotional is what it is too. Technicals and emotionals, 172.81, 172.64. It is teasing us right now, just kind of hanging around here. There is no serious wave of buying coming in. Maybe there's one building. Maybe there will be a bit of a wave, but on the other hand, at any time, there could be a short attack on the stock to drop it back down again. We haven't had one, though, since this morning. It has been very quiet, and the stock has, for now, 2.5 hours, recovered back to this level, into this 172.73 level, trying to get to the 174 level where it started at first thing this morning, a down dip. Okay, there is your update. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So much. Appreciate you seeing me and popping by and catching up to me. Everybody have a great day today. See you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. See me, hang out with me for the close, and let's see what we can do together. And we'll see what's going on. Yeah, here we go. A small buy coming in. No large orders, but a lot of volume coming in. 172.84. What can I say? I don't know. Another great show this morning. I'll see you guys later. See you, fellas. Morning, all. Stay tuned for the afternoon show at 3 o'clock Eastern. Thank you all so much for your support. 172.98. I'm excited. I just wanted to go through 173 and take a shot. Will it do it? 173.11. There it went. 173.11. Now, will it go to 174? Come on. I'll stay on if it wants to do that. Come on. 173.11. 173.21. No. Dow was down 111. S&P up 4. Nasdaq down 11. 173.21. That's what we got. Let's make money. 173.21. It's just kind of, yeah, we're getting better. 173.35. We're a little better, but don't know. What's it gonna do? 173.34. That's where we are now. A little better. 173.34, 173.46. A little better again. 173.46. I don't know. Is sell volume coming in to meet the small retail volume edging? 173.30. It's just kind of hanging around. Anyway, you'll have to watch it for me. I'll be on a little later this afternoon at 3 o'clock. I gotta get some rest right now. Charge up my batteries and get ready for this afternoon. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you for joining this channel, becoming members. Thank you for your support, and I love you guys. Thank you for those thumbs ups you gave me today, guys. I really appreciate all the thumbs ups you've given me today. Keep them coming in if you could. 173.10, and let's hope it goes to the moon. Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you a little later. Yes, will you send the amplifiers to Europe? Yes, I will. Add $10 to that order. Make it a $70 US donation. I will airmail it to Europe for you. And then give me your address, of course. You betcha. Yeah, 70 US. I will send it to Europe for sure. Okay. Thank you, everybody, so much. Appreciate this. Life goes on. Thank you. Have a great nap. And let's let this stock go to the moon. Okay. We'll see you a little later. Okay. Bye for now.